Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? I think we are live. Hey guys, how you doing? It's Devon from Neptune Design, and today I've got a very, very special guest with me, Pamela Wagner, who is an ex Google Ads employee. She's got her own marketing agency called the Jala Digital, and they are doing fantastic work over there. And not only that, but she's just an awesome person to hang out with. And what we're going to do today is we are going to answer all of your burning questions with Google Ads. So say hi, Pam.
Hi, everyone. I'm super excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. I've been wanting to do like a collaborative um live stream. I think we should have actually recorded the podcast as a live stream because man, live streams have really just been popping off for me. I get so many questions and I get so much interest, and I'm like, man, we should have really done at least a few podcast episodes in the live stream.
Yeah, I agree. But it's all a learning journey, all a process. So I'm
Yeah.
glad that we did it and didn't overthink it.
That is very true. And looking back at the podcast episodes now, because I mean, I'm editing the stuff every day, it is some of the best conversations I've had in a long time. Seriously. I'm not even saying that lightly. Like it was so much fun just talking about Google Ads with someone without having to explain this concept and that concept and really just diving into the psychology behind Google Ads.
Yeah, that's very rare. I mean, these days, like with some of my team members, I even always train them on how to talk with the Google Ads support because there's a certain strategy to that as well. Because you can't assume that the Google Ads support necessarily knows more than you, right?
Wow.
So I totally get what you mean. I mean, like, I don't have to explain every single thing.
It's kind of weird that you're calling into the company and you assume that somebody who worked for Google as a support agent would know more than you, right? That's super weird.
You'd assume that, but unfortunately, that's not how it works. That's not how the whole system is set up. So it is what it is, and you
It
make
is
the
what
best
it
of it.
is. It is what it is. Anyway, let's get started over here. So, what I'm going to do is first and foremost, I want to say welcome so much to this Google Ads live stream. And on this live stream, we only have one rule, and that rule is you have to let me know what country you are from before you ask a question. Now, I've got myself here, I've got Pam over here, and what we're going to do is we are going to dive into each and every single one of your burning Google Ads questions. But before we get into that, I just want to talk a little bit about who's bringing you the stream today. So, the stream is brought to you by our affiliates. Number one, Profitable PPC. You all probably know that's my Google Ads course. And I absolutely love my Google Ads course because what we do in that course is we give you monthly coaching and we give you knowledge and we allow you to basically figure it out for yourself and just help you along the way. So that's Profitable PPC, and that's linked down in the description. Also, a lot of you might be struggling with conversions on your website. And trust me, we're going to get into that today in this episode. But a lot of landing pages that I've looked at, or a lot of websites that I looked at, are just not properly designed with conversions in mind. So if you have a website, I'm going to say this very plain and simply. 9 out of 10 times a website is not the answer when you're running Google Ads. You want a dedicated landing page, right? And I know not everybody out there is a web designer. I know not everybody out there went to design school. And that's why I thought I just make it easy for you. And I put lead pages up there. They're one of our affiliates. And what I love about them is they've already pre-designed the landing page for you. So all you need to do is swap out your product and put in your service, and you are good to go. And you're not all the way there, but you're going to be in front of so many entrepreneurs that are trying to just design their websites and landing pages by themselves. So check out Lead Pages. They're completely awesome. Nice people work there as well. And I've linked them below in the description. All right. So with all of that out of the way, I want to know from you guys who's in the chat. Say hi. Let me know what country you're from. And yeah, people start asking questions. I've got Pamela here with me, and she's not going to be here for the whole like 2 or 2.5 hours that I'm doing this. So make use of her time while you still have her.
I don't say that often, but use me. Yeah, we're about to onboard another client, so I got like half an hour. Maybe I'll return back later. It depends on how everything goes. But yeah, I'm super excited to be here. There's no question that's off the charts, and I would say by now there is. Oh God, I would put this challenge out there. Like people should ask me a question that I'm unable to answer with Google Ads.
Yeah, I like that sort of
Oh.
challenge. All right, guys. So I want you to bring all of the difficult questions. Actually, one of our regular stream viewers, Philip, mentioned to me that he wants to ask me a couple of questions, but he's scared that it might chase everybody away, or he's scared that he might put me on the spot. And I said to Philip, I said to him, listen, I'm either going to tell you I don't know, or I'm going to tell you where to find the information, or I'm going to tell you I do know. But either way, all of us are learning Google Ads together, right? So when off I started off 7 years ago. I didn't know anything about Google Ads. I was just Googling for answers, just watching YouTube videos, just trying to string everything together. So, what I want you guys to do is ask us anything, even if you feel like it's a stupid question, or even if you feel like the question's too difficult, ask us anything. And we've got our first comment here. Our first comment is from Jot Jeannie, and she says, or he says, hi, Devin and Pamela. And I want you to let us know where you are from in the chat as well. So people, come on, give us those Google Ads questions and let's get cooking. In the meantime, while we wait for those to pour through, Pamela, tell me about some of the things, some of the mistakes that you see that beginners make when it comes to getting conversions on their Google Ads. And also let's talk about why some people feel like their Google Ads just aren't working for them at all.
So I think the main aspect is not asking a question and being afraid to ask that. I can tell you, no matter what question you have, trust me, there's at least hundreds, sometimes thousands of people who have exactly the same question and who are just grateful when you ask it, right? So you're never alone. And most likely there's already people who have figured it out for you, right? You're literally just one question away from the solution, right?
Yeah, that's super true. That's super true.
Now, in terms of the biggest mistakes around conversion tracking, right? So this is what you were asking. I would say that people, first of all, don't track it at all. That's mistake number one. So you have to track it. Ideally with Google Analytics. In certain instances, you can also track it with Google Ads. Hi, Chris. Where are you?
Tell us where you're from, Chris. Judge Genie got kind of quiet on us, but guys, if you're in the chat, let us know where you are from and ask any Google Ads questions that you want. Sorry to interrupt you, Pamela. You can continue.
Oh, good. And so I think really getting clarity, what's the action that's of value to me, right? And for example, with one of our clients, they had a Shopify store, and Shopify recently changed the way they did the checkout. So about, oh God, don't quote me on this, about 2-3 years ago, I think they changed to a one-page checkout instead of the 3-page checkout, which it was before. And then they changed it back to a 3-page checkout in autumn or last fall. And what happened is that suddenly you couldn't track conversions anymore until the purchase, because what happened, Shopify disabled the opportunity to add the tracking code, I think, on the checkout page, like the middle page, and forced you to get the $2K per month Shopify Plus package just to do that, to be able to do that. So obviously for most
why do they do that? Have you seen this as well? I've seen this with a lot of people whereby they lock conversion tracking behind some extra package. I don't know why they would hamstring their clients like that.
It's not cool. It's not cool, because honestly, if you don't make money, there's lots of other ways than doing that. And this is so important, especially for small businesses. And also it would bring you a lot more customers, because then people have clarity. They can connect everything. And of course, they're going to make more money when they have more clarity. And then later on, they're going to be able to probably spend that money if they make more. right?
Yeah.
So yeah, but with everything, it changes. It is what it is. So we switched from purchase to add to cart tracking, or sometimes the checkout button, depending on which capabilities there were. But sometimes when the conversion tracking stops working, or when you see a drop in conversions, this is to say that it's not always your campaigns. Sometimes it is a plugin update. Sometimes it's an update of the theme that whatever provider you're using for the website is doing. And always ask questions. So for me, something unusual happens if the conversions dropped off for more than a week or two, but depending again on which account, but in general, more than a week or two, because then you start seeing a pattern. And if you feel like, I didn't change anything about my Google campaigns, ads are still running, but people are not converting, check out your landing page. It could also be sometimes that when there's a plugin update, suddenly it slows down your website. So people drop more off or quicker, right? And that then prevents them from completing the purchase.
Yeah. So we got a question here from Christian. Christian says, I'm interested in digital marketing and would like to know how to start and work on remote freelance from my country. I'm from Abuja, Nigeria.
Okay, so just sign up on freelancer.com, upwork.com, all these different freelancer platforms. Like literally just do a Google search and it will give you probably the top 10 freelancer platforms. And then understand how they work and start getting your first couple of clients by just pretty much pitching for projects there. But in the beginning, make sure not that you do like 20 different projects, but do 3 or 5 projects really well. Make sure your clients are happy and you get their testimonials, right? That's going to be much more powerful than you just trying to get as much work done as possible.
Yeah. And an important thing that you have to know, because I see these posts all the time on Reddit, is don't promise the client that you can get them results if you've never ever gotten anyone results in your life before and you're kind of still figuring out Google Ads. The best thing you can do for yourself is go into affiliate marketing, find some affiliate products if you're a little bit unsure about your skills, and get some good results for yourself as well. So basically, find some affiliate products, run some Google Ads, and then learn how the system works. A lot of people think they can start an agency tomorrow and start getting clients tomorrow, and then they panic after they actually gotten the client and they've got the money in the bank account, and then they're like, oh, how am I actually going to make sure that this guy gets leads? How am I actually going to make sure that this guy gets clients? So what you also want to do is you want to build a proper foundation on Google Ads. So I've put together a video on how to learn Google Ads front to back, and also all of your options for learning Google Ads as well. And you've got lots of free options. For example, you can take Google Skills Shop. It's an amazing place. It's going to give you, I won't say the best knowledge on earth, but it at least is going to show you the ropes of Google Ads, and it's going to tell you a little bit more about Google and about the system so that you can understand the different ad types. After that, I highly recommend you get a Google Ads course. There's lots of free courses on YouTube. We've got a paid course as well. There are lots of good learning resources, but the most important thing that I want you to do is decide where you want to specialize. Don't be the guy that says, I do TikTok ads and Facebook ads and Google ads and Reddit ads and Twitter, formerly, or X, formerly known as Twitter ads. Don't do everything. Try and really decide what direction you want to go with digital marketing as well. So, Christian, I hope that answers your question. And anybody, if you have questions about Google Ads, we're here. I don't know why you guys are so quiet today. Usually I'm here by myself and the questions are like they're just popping off everywhere. Like now, today, I got backup and now it's quiet. It's chill.
They're like, there's a second face watching. I'm scared.
Yeah. They're probably scared of both of us.
I promise I don't bite. I promise. I'll be nice this time.
This time, my good friend MCX, all the way from Greece. Hey, how you doing, my friend? Hi, and let us know if you have any questions. MCX, he always comes with some really, really dope questions as well. So don't be shy. But yeah, we've got Pamela still for, I think we've got you for about 15 minutes more. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah, we got
Yes.
you for 15 minutes more. So people, please use this time. You might never see Pamela ever again in your life. Ever.
It's
Ever,
getting
ever,
busy
ever.
here. It's getting busy here. And honestly,
Yeah.
I think I wish, like, in my early career, somebody was like whispering in my ear and was like, ask more questions,
Yeah.
right? It's people do that way too often just because of, like, we're feeling like, oh, somebody's going to judge us, or what will people think? No, F that. First of all, nobody cares. Secondly, most likely people not even going to remember your name 5 minutes from now. It's
Yeah.
a truth. So
And also, we want this podcast to be long enough to actually make a good YouTube video. And it's really not going to be really cool if we have like a 20-minute live stream. We want it to be like a super long live stream. So that's why I need questions. Oh, look who's here. Thomas. Thomas didn't even say hi, how are you? Nothing. He just straight up rocks up with
love
a
it.
question.
Love it.
Thomas is from South Africa, by the way. And Thomas says, I'm currently running an ad campaign for my company to compete with other competitors by bidding on certain keywords. At the moment, I'm getting about 10 impressions per day. Should I increase my bid or change my keywords? That's a good question. I'm going to leave it up here.
Okay, so obviously your bid is too low because otherwise you get more impressions. And the question would be, what are these keywords? Are these competitor names, or are these like industry keywords, like product or service keywords? That would be important to know. And then also, what's your budget?
Yeah, so Thomas says he's typing like a madman, so he's probably answering us over here. We'll just wait on him. In the meantime, let's go over to MCX as well. He says, would you say Google Ads will soon remove all keyword options and only ask for page URL and CC
I
and
think
do it
we're
still?
going there. I think we're going there. Might not be this year, might not be next year, but with the way that they're running everything in terms of automation, okay.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And also, if you look at your Google Ads, when you did it 5 years ago, man, we had so many more options. You're just getting less and less options. You can't even choose all of the bidding strategies that are available to you unless you say create other campaign type without goals guidance. You can't even select all of the available bidding strategies. And the one where I notice it the most is the YouTube ads, because the YouTube ads, there were so many different targeting options, so many different placement options, so many different even bidding options. And now when you go to your YouTube ads, it's literally just like 10 choices that you can make, and boom, the
Yeah,
ads up.
and remember the removal of search term insights, where you just, get insights for about 50% of your search terms, and then for the other 50%, you just don't know what your ad showed up for. I think, if you always look at like the new campaign types like Performance Max, I think that's here to stay. I don't think that's going to be deprecated soon. Then you have a good idea of where Google is heading, right?
Yeah, definitely. And also, creative is going to become a lot more important, and your landing pages are going to become a lot more important. And I feel like this is where a lot of people are really neglecting Google Ads, because they're so focused on the settings, and once those settings get taken away from you, you're not really in the space where you can be very creative with your ad campaigns, and your ad campaigns are kind of going to suck because all you depended on your whole life was target CPA, and now target CPA is gone. So be very careful with that. But that's an excellent question. That is an excellent question. All right. So Christian says, thank you very much for the explanation. Christian, if you have any follow-up questions, let us know. We'll be more than happy to help you. I know when I started off with digital marketing, I had like 10,000 questions. So ask, and don't be shy to ask. All right. And also, just to follow up from MCX, MCX says, seems to me, on the other hand, maybe everyone will have an AI assistant and say, pick the best bicycle for my niece as a gift with less than $500 USD. Even so, Google's going to turn it into an auction.
Yeah.
If you think the AI assistant is going to be free, it's not going to be free. It's the search results and the answers from the AI assistants will be the new ads.
it's free now, right? Like you can always just look at how Meta is progressing, right? Like the platform is going to turn into just a fully paid platform sooner or later, right? So the thing is, see, with marketing, what worked last year, 2 years ago, is not going to work next year or in 3 years, right? So you got to have an agile approach and be like, you know what? This works now. Let me make the most of it now, but also not rely on it too much for the future and always have an eye on what's coming so that I can adapt best either for my own business or for my clients' businesses, right?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. All right, so Thomas has got us more information. Let's just start from the top with Thomas's question. Okay, so he says, I'm currently running an ad campaign for my company to compete with their competitors by bidding on certain keywords. At the moment, I'm getting about 10 impressions a day. Should I increase my bid or change my keywords? And then he goes on to say, let's see, Thomas. So, for example, for my keywords, it would be keywords like competitor name, alternative, priced at 31 South African rands. But to keep our cost per conversions low, we are bidding at 20. Oh, I can already see the mistake here. We are bidding at 20 South African rand, right? Taking a chance on a lower bid to impress investors.
Why would you want to impress investors? Is there more information?
Yeah. Are you saying you're trying to impress investors so that you can show them that you can come up with cheap leads in order to get the investors to invest in your business and show them that you're good at what you're doing? Just clarify that part.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty weird. Sorry to make you type a little bit more, Thomas, but we just want to understand that last piece, and then I promise you we're going to give you a comprehensive answer. Pam, any initial thoughts?
I need clarification on that impress investors part. And also, I mean, if you're looking if you have a competitor campaign, first of all, it's never going to perform as well in terms of conversions as like normal keyword campaign would work or a brand campaign, right? Because people simply going to click less on your ad because you offer less of it, and the ad quality is going to be less because you can't put the competitor's name in your ad and so on, right? So it depends on you and what your overall goal is. For some people, they say, I just want to use a competitor campaign because I want to show up when people look for others. I want them to know that there's options. Others say, I always want to be on top when my competitors show because I want to make sure that, we're above them, right? So it depends on your goal. If you're like, oh, I just want to show up, then you can work with a lower bid. But it sounds to me that you are trying to really show up properly and not just beat it, but really show up in a proper spot. And that's going to mean that you're going to have to bid higher. And the reason for that, again, is you're going to have a lower ad quality. So your ad is not going to be as good in terms of quality as like others who have the name in the ad because that's the brand, right? So in that case, you have to use a higher bid. But also then understand is this actually the best use right now of your budget? Or shouldn't you actually be even pausing the campaign, investing in another campaign that brings you more conversions, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So, Thomas, the one thing that I'm going to say just to add to that while we're still waiting on you to clarify the investor part is if you have, if you are bidding, if you know what the bids are, and you're saying that the bids are priced at 31 South African Rand, and you are bidding way lower than that, you're bidding at 20 Rand, you have to understand that there's going to be a penalty for that, right? So, for example, if the top of page bid low range is $31 and you're bidding $20, right? I'm just going to put it on dollars because that way everybody's going to kind of understand the question. Google is going to look at your bid and it's going to look at all of the other companies and it's going to say, why should we give this click to Thomas when there are other companies that are willing to pay us $50 for this click or $40 for this click or $35 for this click? And this is why your impressions are not taking off, because you're bidding so low that you're Google doesn't even want to put you in the auction because they can make more money from other places. So what I'd highly recommend is, if you really want to impress your investors, and we're still waiting for clarity on that, but if you really want to impress your investors, then find some keywords with almost no competition. But on those, the ones that have very cheap top of page bids. Or alternatively, maybe just get business and get leads. Doesn't matter what you pay. Well, obviously it does matter what you pay, but be competitive and you can show off with the good results, and you don't have to worry about impressing people by putting in these super low bids.
Yeah, I would also be more wary of, and that's something I see unfortunately in the startup world quite a bit. That, oh, let me showcase traffic by turning on a Google Ads campaign. I'm so cautious of that. And in fact, Thomas, like, we've gone so far that we almost don't work with startups anymore, unless the founder has a proven track record of creating these companies and making them profitable. But an investor for who the main decision factor is going to be the traffic you get from Google Ads, I'm not sure if that's somebody you'd want, right? You want somebody else that helps you with like pricing, business model, funnels, maybe getting some organic traction somewhere first, right? So, or like website optimization, right? There's so many aspects that you can take care of without necessarily spending money on Google Ads. Obviously saying this without knowing a lot of context here.
Yeah, definitely. And it all comes back to what we told Christian. Pam, I know you have to be out in a second, but it all comes back to what we told Christian, in that I think don't try and make your ads look good. It's better for you to show that you're competent at running Google Ads, because a lot of people aren't. It's better for you to show people that you know the system, you know how to get results from the system, instead of trying manufacture an artificial result to impress people. That it's always going to get you into trouble.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right.
Any more
So
context I would say would be helpful. And then
yeah,
obviously you can always add that. And if you want my input later, there's ways that we'll find it. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's so many follow-up questions I would have here. Is like, how many already? How much
all right,
money
Thomas.
made?
This
How
is what
have you
this
gotten
is what we're
them?
gonna do. This is
So,
what we're gonna do. We're gonna do two things. Number one, Pam, I want you to give us just a 90-second sales pitch about who you are, what you do, and where they can find you. I'll
yeah,
also link to that information down below. And after that, if you have the chance, because I know you're a busy
yes,
woman, come back onto the live
yes,
stream and
I
we'll
will.
continue that line of questioning with Thomas.
I
But
promise.
yeah.
I
So
promise.
just give
I
us
will.
that pitch.
Yeah. And Thomas, like, I would say feel free to also like find Devin or me on LinkedIn and reach out and send us more information. So if you don't want to post everything, right, which we absolutely understand, and then we'll use that information without sharing it, obviously, to respond to your question in a better way, right? So 90-second sales pitch, I'll make it shorter. We help frustrated and distressed 6 to 8 figure business owners use Google Ads in a way that makes them happy, worry less, and hopefully make more money all over the
Wow.
world.
Wow. I like that. Link is down in the description if you guys want to check out Pamela. Pamela also did a beautiful workshop, and it's linked down in the description as well, so you can sign up for that one. Pamela, we will see you next time, or we
It was
will
a
see you
pleasure.
later on. Yeah,
Yes, I'll
thanks
try
so
my
much
best
for
to do
joining
that.
us.
Bye.
Bye. All right, cool. Let's keep this party going. All right, cool. So MCX, Thomas, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep your question on the back burner. I want you to keep asking me questions, because we're going to just add and add and add, but we're going to keep that specific question on the back burner for when Pam comes back, if she comes back. All right. So MCX says some people recommend DSA campaigns already. And as you can see here, MCX says, for my ads, I'm running on manual CPC. For those of you who don't know what manual CPC is, it kind of allows you to control how much you pay per click. And it's really, really important when you're doing Google Ads not to overspend on clicks. So over here, MCX says that he is running on manual eCPC. He's found the sweet spot to spend the whole daily budget and do negative keywords every day or so. And his conversion tracking is set. They've got no conversions at all. All right. And also, let's see, you're running it for 8 to 9 days now, top of page, 90%, absolute, nice, 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 about 10 clicks a day. MCX, how many clicks do you have on this campaign in total? I would really love to know that as well while we're waiting. By the way, if you're brand new here, my name is Devin Thomas and welcome to Neptune Design. On this live stream, what we're going to do is we're going to answer every single one of your questions when it comes to getting conversions with Google Ads and really figuring out why your ads maybe aren't converting. So if you have an e-commerce store, if you have a website that generates leads, if you have a service-based business, if you're running YouTube ads, if you're running display ads, I want you to ask me every single question that you have, and I'm going to try and answer as many of those as possible. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Devin Thomas. I'm a Google Ads expert. I've been doing this for the past 7 years. And when I started out on a $1 per day budget. That's right. I was running ads. I could only afford $1 per day. And somehow I still got leads and conversions. It's a miracle, I know, but I still got leads and conversions with a $1 per day budget. So don't feel intimidated by these guys that tell you you have to spend $10,000 on Google Ads to start getting good results, or you need to spend $1,000 a day to start getting good results. You can really get good results with any budget in Google Ads as long as you have the right strategy. And I've helped students from all across the world, different markets, USA, Canada, Australia, Africa, Europe, solve this problem. So don't worry, you're in good hands. But what I need from you guys is I need questions. I need lots and lots of questions in the chat. All right, so let's keep this going. All right, so let's see. We got Thomas over here. All right, so MCX, I'm still waiting to ask how many clicks do you have on your campaign? That is very important for me to know. And then I'll tell you exactly what else you need to do. All right. And Christian says, thanks, guys. We'll check you out later. I had to go now. All right, cool. No problem. As long as we could answer your question, that's good. All right, cool. Thomas also says, thanks, Pamela. All right, cool. So Thomas, there we go. Will Google scrap the manual CPC in future? I hope not. All right. So I actually did a prediction on Reddit. I think it was 2 years ago. And 2 years ago, I said that I think that Google is going to scrap manual CPC. And here's why I think they're going to scrap manual CPC. If you look at all of the bidding strategies that are there right now, there's only one way to kind of limit how much Google charges you per click. And that is going to be maybe maximize clicks or focus on clicks, and you can set a limit per click. Other than that, Google can charge you $20 for a click. They can charge you $5 for a click. They can charge you $500 for a click. And there's really nothing that you can do about it. Now, some people might say, yeah, but you can go to target CPA and you can set a target CPA. But there is also a whole bunch of people who have done that and have still seen Google overspend their budget, right? And the one thing that I want you to remember about Google is people always forget this. The first thing I tell my students is never trust Google, right? I know my bubble is doing that, but the first thing I'm going to tell you is never trust Google. You cannot trust Google. And the second thing is Google's main customers are not its ads customers. You might feel like I'm paying Google, therefore I'm Google's main customer because Google makes all of its money from advertising. Actually not. Google has shareholders. Google's only job is to show its shareholders that it's going forward. And what is the best way to show your shareholders that you're going forward? It's to increase your ad revenue every single quarter. This is also why sometimes you guys might be running Google ads and you might find that your Google ads are just spending money and you're getting no return. And you think to yourself, who is running Google ads if this is the system? I'm going to stop running my ads. Well, this is the thing. if Google can get you to spend as much money as possible, it still gets a good quarterly result out of you. And this means it gets to impress its investors. So I want you guys always to be mindful of the fact that when you're running Google ads, right, they can take away anything at a moment's notice. Another thing that Darren Taylor mentioned to me on one of our live streams was, if you look at the market share that Google Ads has, currently Google Ads has about 91% market share. If you want to advertise on Microsoft Bing, you can advertise on Microsoft Bing, but at a certain level, if you have X amount of money to spend, even if you had $10 million to spend on ads, Microsoft Bing doesn't have enough reach to get you clients, and you'd have to come back to Google Ads. Google Ads knows that, guys, and Google Ads will take advantage of their position. So I know I said 2 years ago I predicted it would be now, but I think maybe in the next 18 months, manual CPC will be completely gone. I'll have to change my Google Ads course. I'll have to change the strategies I teach. I have to change the videos I put out. But I want to help as many people as possible with manual CPC while it's around. And definitely, I think they will be scrapping manual CPC as well. There's no doubt in my mind. And a lot of people might be scared of that eventuality, but guys, it's coming. It's definitely coming. All right. If you're brand new here, please let me know what country you are from. Ask me any question below in the chat about your Google ads, about your website not converting, and I will definitely get back to you. Thank you so much for Thomas, Christian, and MCX for asking your questions. But guys, I need more questions. I want to keep this live stream going, so ask me as much as possible. All right, so MCX says he's gotten 30 clicks on his campaign so far. He's not worried on conversions yet. He's just wondering if there's anything else to do while you wait for the 300 clicks. And you just managed to get 10 clicks a day and spend the amount. So a good thing for you to do, MCX, is number one, your search terms report. Keep a close eye on your search terms report. That'll tell you what type of searches you're showing up for. It's a big advantage looking at your search terms reports every day. And when you go with your search terms report and you check out the search terms, if you start showing up for wrong searches, you can already start adding negative keywords. Now, I know you're a smart guy and you probably figured that out already. Another thing that you can do is look at your average page view duration or your average visit duration in your Google Analytics. If people are staying on your page longer than a minute and a half, then you know you've got something good going on and you know you're targeting the right people. If you look at your average view duration and people are staying on for 5 seconds, 6 seconds, and the average is about 6 or 8 seconds, then already you know your ad messaging is wrong and you're probably targeting the wrong people. Even with 30 clicks, you can look at all of this data and all of this information as well. The most important thing for you guys to know is that when you do run a campaign, and I'm speaking to the rest of you, not MCX, because I think he knows better than that. Do not panic. If you saw that you got 30 clicks and nothing's happening, do not panic. On average, it takes about 300, 400 clicks for you to start getting some traction with Google Ads, some type of results with Google Ads. So don't worry if you've only had 30 clicks. I know nobody likes to spend money, but also nothing's really going to happen with 30 clicks because the average Google ad converts 3 times for every 100 clicks. So you still got a long way to go over there. And MCX says, I'm already doing negatives all the time at the moment. I'm not very strict where it's not obviously wrong. I don't exclude. Yeah, don't be so strict with your negative keywords that you try and block everything out. This is kind of my favorite part of the campaign when you're just starting off, because when you're just starting off, you want to just sit back and let the data roll in. It's kind of hard for people to do that. I don't know why it's so hard. Like what happens with me is I'll start a Google ad campaign and then I'll look at it after 5 minutes. 2 hours later, I'll come back and look at it. 15 minutes later, I'll come back and look at it. And after a while, I started realizing, Devin, no matter how much you look at it, the information is the same. You need to give it time. So what I usually do is I go and play Xbox, or I work on a new YouTube video, or I edit a podcast, or I do something else to take my mind off my Google Ads. And I log back in a week later. And when I log in a week later, all of a sudden, I'm like, wow, okay, I have some data. I can start making some decisions. But you don't really want to panic when you're starting off with Google Ads. You just don't want to do that. Thanks very much for that input. I appreciate it, MCX. Guys, if you have any questions regarding Google Ads, I want you to ask me them in the chat. All right, so let's keep this rolling. All right, so Thomas Lombard says, if I understand correctly, it's better to have less of a higher quality lead uh, then that will convert rather than have a large volume of freeloader leads that are not necessarily interested. Sorry, I put necessarily in your question, but I get what you're saying. Not interested and just curious, right? All right, that is actually a great question. So here's the thing. All of us have 24 hours in the day, right? All of us have 24 hours a day. Would you rather have 100 sales phone calls with people that aren't really interested in your product, service? You have to convince them. Or would you rather have 10 good calls from people that are interested, are ready to buy today, and they maybe just need you to clarify a couple of things for them? This is a very important thing that Thomas said. And this is why I like having Thomas on this live stream, because I think a lot of people underestimate the power of having just a good baseline quality lead. The one mistake that people make is they think they're going to get the perfect lead. You're never going to get the perfect lead. You're never going to just pick up the phone and somebody's going to say, hi, oh, you're calling to sell me that car? Okay, yes, I'll buy that car. That's also not going to happen. That is another fantasy. In fact, somebody on Reddit told me this morning, he was telling me that his client, who's a dentist, was complaining because he kept on getting leads for the client. But the client said that all of these people that call him, they want a dentist, but they're just interested in another dentist. And I was telling him that's not really your problem. If they want a dentist and they've clicked on the ad, you've done your job. If they want another dentist, it's the job of the business owner who's a dentist to convince you that instead of going with that dentist, let me tell you why I'm different and let me tell you why I can help you. So in that case, he's done his job. But let's say it was a call and it was somebody interested in a service that the dentist didn't offer whatsoever. In that case, it's a bad lead because the person is not even remotely interested in dentist work. You see the difference over there? So one thing that I am going to tell you is it is always better to get high quality leads and to get good frequency. So let's say, for example, I'm trying to think of a good example. Let's say, for example, you're a plumber. If you get 10 leads a day, that's good. But if you can't close any of those leads are pretty useless to you. Maybe if you get 4 leads per day, but they were higher quality and all those 4 leads turn into jobs, that would be a better form of digital marketing. So you always want to make sure that your leads have a lot of interest in what you're doing and they're ready to sign up. This is the most important thing about digital marketing. It's not so much bad lead, bad quality, it's finding people with urgency. So if I'm a wedding photographer and I'm advertising for the keywords wedding photographer, and I know somebody's searching for them, it is better for me to find people who want to hire a wedding photographer today to shoot their wedding in 2 weeks' time versus running a Google ads and finding somebody who's only going to get married next year. That's really not going to help me. So that's why you always want to go for that high quality lead. So take high quality out of your question and replace it with the word urgent. That's what we want. We want urgent leads. Yeah. And Thomas Lombard goes on to say, so his first mistake is underbidding and his daily budget is 50 Rand or 50 South African Rands. For those of you who don't know, that's about $2.5 a day. Am I right? Is it $25 a day? No, I'm pretty sure it's $2.5 a day. So Thomas says, it's low, I know, but it's spread out over a few months. Any advice Um, yeah. Any advice on that mouthful? I will definitely appreciate it. All right. So, Thomas, the first thing I'm going to tell you is yes, your budget is small, and yes, you can't expect miracles, but also you should generate clicks. I'll put it to you this way. If you have a budget of $2.5 per day, and I know this because I started with a $1 per day budget, what you want is search volume, which you have. So, search volume, congratulations, you got that done. The second thing you want is high intent, low cost keywords, right? High intent, low cost keywords. In other words, if you go after keywords that are going to cost you 100 Rand a click or 200 South African Rands per click, nothing's going to happen. You're just going to get impressions all the time. It's probably what's happening to you right now. So, what you want to do is go after the keywords that are like 3 Rand a click, 10 Rand a click, 25 South African Rand a click. And then you'll get those 2 or 3 or 4 or 6 clicks per day. And that's how you build your campaign, right? Another thing that you can also do is you can go and tell Google Ads that you want to focus on clicks. And what it's going to do is it'll spread out your budget and it'll find the cheapest keywords and it'll try and deliver you as many clicks as possible per day. You're not going to have much control, but it is going to generate a little bit more clicks for you. But the most important thing is you've got search volume, so that's beautiful. You just targeting keywords that are too expensive for where you are right now with your budget. Now, in my Google Ads course, Profitable PPC, I literally cover this. I show you how to validate your offer, go and find high intent, low cost keywords. I show you how to do all of that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to link it below. So if anybody is interested, link for that is in the chat and it's also in the description of this video. But Thomas, all you need to do now is you've got the search volume done. You need to go find cheap keywords. Those expensive keywords that you're targeting, although they might look great, although they might have high intent, not on your budget. It's just not going to work. Every day you're going to look at your Google Ads and every day nothing will happen. For the next 6 months, for the next 8 months, it will never happen. All right, cool. Guys, welcome. If you are brand new over here, ask me any questions that you have about Google Ads. Even if you're just starting out, even if you just don't know where to begin with marketing your business, I am here and I want you to ask as many questions as possible and I'll answer. Also, if you haven't been on this live stream before, how it works is Hassam, I see your question over there. Hassam, what I want you to do is write down the country that you're from. Everybody, write down the country that you're from before you ask the question, just so that I get an idea of where you're from. And it's always nice to know like where the stream is going out to. All right, cool. So MCX says, I'm going through the material in the very nice class you've made. Even though I knew most of it, you have a very positive and powerful way to make it simple, by the way. Had to say, I really appreciate that. You see, that is somebody who's actually purchased my course 2 days ago, and he's already getting value out of it. So yeah, there couldn't be a better advertisement for my course than that. So, and MCX, please clarify, I didn't pay you to say that in the chat. So yeah, if you really want to level up your Google Ads game and understand the system properly, definitely check out Profitable PPC. That's my Google Ads course. All right, so I see there's a couple more questions that are streaming in. MCX says he's still on the landing page creation section. That's fantastic. You are in the right place. You're going to get so much value out of that. While I wait for more Google Ads questions to come on in, and Thomas, don't be shy. Keep on asking until you understand. What I want to do is I want to tell you guys about our sponsor, one of our affiliates that I'm really recommending that you check out. Number one is Profitable PPC. I told you all about my Google Ads course. That's down below. And also Lead Pages. Now, a lot of you guys are having websites. You're running ads, but you feel like the ads are not converting. And most of the time, why that is, it's because you're using the website and not a landing page. Now, some of you might not know what's the difference between a website and a landing page. A landing page is one page that doesn't allow you to click to other parts of the website. It puts them in a single place. It gives them a single offer, and they can either say yes or they can say no. We've seen conversion rates as high as 28% from just switching to a normal website to a landing page. So I've had a customer that was on about a 3, I think it was on a 3 or 6% conversion rate. We've seen his landing page conversion rate go up to 28%. All you need to do, guys, is use landing pages. Now, lead pages is super cool because they make it easy for you. They've got templates. All you need to do is put in your product or your service. Check them out. The link is in the description of this video below. All right, cool. Let's get back to some more questions. And guys, I want you to ask any more questions that you have. MCX says he wasn't paid to say good words. He just has to say what it is. It's a no-nonsense class that helps with mindset a lot. Fantastic. All right, cool. All right, so Hassam is from Johannesburg. Yay! He's from the same city as me. I love it, man. What's up, Hassam? All right, so Hassam asked a very good question. What is the best click-through rate on average? All right, Hassam, you're going to let me know what ad you're running. Are you running Performance Max? Are you running search ads, like the normal text search ads, or are you running display ads? If you don't know which one is which, I'm just going to give you guys a quick example over here. It's also nice. So if you don't know what type of Google ads you're running right now, so if I do this, electrician over here, as you can see over here, these guys, they've got sponsored on top. These are AdWords or Google ads, right? They are your traditional Google ads. We just call them Google search ads. Also, you get these types of ads over here. If I go to Forbes, as you can see, if you look on your right-hand side or even on top here, you see this little banner ad that popped up. Those are Google display ads. And Hassam, I see you saying max click. Let me know, do you mean Performance Max? Is that what you mean that you're running? And also, you guys, you kind of know what YouTube is and what a YouTube ad looks like. So I'm not going to explain that to you, but yeah. So I'm just going to stop sharing over here. And yeah. So Hassan, just let me know, are you using a Performance Max campaign? So yeah, definitely. There we go. All right. So Hassam says he's definitely using a Performance Max. All right. So Performance Max, there is no good click-through rates on a Performance Max campaign. They are all horrible click-through rates. You're probably getting a click-through rate of less than 2%, maybe less than 3% on your Performance Max campaigns. I would strongly recommend that if you want to measure click-through rate properly, or if you want a good click-through rate, go into search ads or go into shopping ads. You're going to have so much more control. What Performance Max does is it mixes video with display, with search, and therefore you never know if you have a good click-through rate or not. So it's very hard for you to measure. I can tell you on search though, if you have a click-through rate that's higher than 6%, you're doing extremely well. If you have a click-through rate that's lower than 6%, you could probably do a better job with your headline writing and your ad writing and making sure that you have the right type of ad. Here's the thing about Performance Max. Google Ads invented Performance Max to make them more money. It's very hard as a digital marketer to control what's happening to your ad with Performance Max. Sometimes with Performance Max, what you'll also see is you're getting a lot of clicks. 2,000 clicks, 3,000 clicks, 5,000 clicks, but you're not getting any sales. And you're wondering, why am I not getting any sales? Well, that's because Performance Max will show your ad on traditional search results like these, which is perfectly fine. This is where we want to be. So for example, Performance Max ads, you'll see them around here, but you'll also see Performance Max ads on like iPhone games and on like, for example, some bad stores, some bad websites and stuff that I'm not allowed to say on this live stream. So Hassam says his click-through rate is around 11%. If it's 11% on a Performance Max ad, keep on doing what you're doing. You're doing absolutely great if that's what the Performance Max ad. Let me ask you this, Hassam. Do you feel like your ads are targeting the right people, and do you feel like you're getting enough leads, enough sales? I want you to answer that question for me, because I've got a feeling that that 11% click-through rate, it's not really helping you. But just let me know. I need some more context. Do you feel like your ads are working for you right now? All right, moving on to Thomas. And guys, keep the questions going, right? I don't want it only to be these 3 or 4 people. I want to hear your questions. Talk to me about your website. Talk to me about your Google Ads. If you feel like you're scared to start with Google Ads, let me know why you feel scared to start. If you feel like you've tried Google Ads and it's not worked for you before, let me know that as well. And in case you're wondering where Pam is, Pam was at the beginning of the live stream. She's busy talking to a customer and she might join us again. But anyway, Thomas says it makes sense. I have others that I will check out. The trifecta would be looking for a keyword that is low competition and cheap and high search volume. I'm always thinking if I should compromise. Yep, this is exactly what I teach in my course. Literally what you said now, this is exactly what I teach in my course, Thomas. I literally go through the steps and I show you how to find those keywords. And here's the thing, if there's going to be any compromise, if you feel like your ads are not going to work out for you, if you feel like you are going to struggle to get those clicks, the only thing you can do from there on is increase your budget, right? If $2.5 will not get it done, switch over to a budget that will get it done and measure it over a shorter period of time. But always remember, it's better for you to try and figure out a way to do it on the budget that you're comfortable with than to switch over to a budget you can't afford and then eventually you can't afford to run ads. It's a bit of a give and take with that one, but I think in the whole, if you increase your budget, you'll start to be able to target the keywords you really want. If you can't afford that, if that's completely off the table, you're going to have to do the hard work. All right, Thomas, thank you so much for letting me know. But those 3 check boxes are the best to have checked or not do them at all. Yeah, so here's the thing. Even if you had the budget, even if you had $50 per day, I would still go through the same exercise. I would still go find the high intent keywords. I would still go find ones that are super cheap, because even if you had a $50 per day budget, your budget would last longer if you do that exercise. So keep on doing that exercise. I've got a video on my YouTube channel as well about keyword research. You can check for that one as well. I think it's got a green background. I basically talk you through some of the process that we follow in our course as well. So check that out as well. And Thomas says, thank you for all the help so far, Devin. I'm enjoying the live stream. I really appreciate it. All right, cool. So Hassan, 115 clicks, 6 conversions with a cost of 500 South African Rand. That's good. That's perfect. That's perfect. It sounds like you've got it all figured out, Hassam. It sounds like everything is working for you. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe you should be on this live stream because yeah, you're running Performance Max. You've got an above 11% click-through rate, and you've already made 6 conversions with 500 Rand. It sounds like you are on the right track, my friend. So I don't see any problem here. If you have any question regarding your Google ads themselves, let me know. But from what you've told me so far, it sounds like you are coining it in. It sounds like it's all good on your side. Yep. And Thomas is in agreement with me. He says, yep, 11% is a good click-through rate. Here's the thing, guys, and I'm just going to go off on a tangent for a moment over there. When you're running Google ads, it's very easy to see numbers in your dashboard and say that, oh, these numbers mean I'm doing well. Think about real business outcomes. I'll give you an example. If you have a grocery store and 500 people came to your grocery store, that's good. But if you look at your cash register, right, and you see that absolutely no one has bought any groceries from you, then those 500 people coming to your store, it's not good. It didn't do anything. It didn't generate any cash for you, right? Even in Google Ads, some conversions are really good. Measuring leads, very good. Measuring form submissions on your website, very good. Measuring maybe people that are calling the business, very good. But if you measure the amount of people that ask for directions, which Google Ads does by default, you might have 6 conversions, as Hassam said. But if you're not generating any sales because people are just asking for directions, that's not really a good conversion to have. So you have to be very careful about what you're measuring with your Google Ads. And you have to understand that Google Ads is it's a game to be played, but you need to have the right goals. You need to make sure that your Google Ads are actually bringing you in real customers that are paying you real money. If it's just seeing your dashboard says conversions over there, which Hassam, I'm not saying that. It seems like you are good with your Google Ads, unless you tell me otherwise. But from what I'm seeing so far, my friend, no problem. But some of you are seeing, like it says, I had one lady, it showed on the Google Ads that she made 3,000 conversions. So I said to her, did you get 3,000 leads this month? She said, no. I said, did you get 3,000 phone calls this month? She said, no. I said, did you sell 3,000 things this month? She said, no. So I said, what are the 3,000 conversions for? And when we looked at the actual conversion actions that Google Ads was looking for, they counted page clicks as conversions. They counted people who scrolled to the bottom of the page as a conversion. All of those things are not conversions because they don't make you any money. And if they don't make you any money, it's not going to be helpful. I'm not saying every single lead that submits needs to buy from you. And I'm not saying every single person that calls you needs to purchase your product or service. But marketing is only as good as what you set the conversions as. So you have to be very careful with that. You have to make sure that you are steering the AI in the right direction. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. All right. So Hassam says conversions is set on clicking phone numbers and online quotes. That's fantastic. I'm really happy for you. Keep on using Performance Max if it's working for you, and keep on pumping up that budget if you're getting good outcomes for your business. But it sounds, Hassam, it sounds like you've got a good thing going, because 11% is phenomenal on a Performance Max. Actually, out of curiosity, let's see if we can find what the average click-through rate is for a Performance Max ad. This is going to be an interesting exercise. Let's see if we can do it. Okay, average click-through rate, Performance Max ad. There we go. Your average Performance Max campaign. Obviously, I haven't read the article. We'll have to go through it. But it says your average Performance Max campaign's average click-through rate is 1%. Now, I think this is answering a question. Good CTR. There we go. Performance Max. Again, this 1.01% keeps on coming up. Yeah. Average CTR for Performance Max campaign is 1.919%. So Hassan, you are absolutely killing it. You have literally 10 times the average click-through rate for your Performance Max ad, which means you're doing very good. And you're also telling me that your conversion is set to clicking phone numbers and online quotes. So Hassan, seriously, you are doing super good. Super good. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to ask. But yeah, I think that your ads are pretty much sorted. You just need to spend more money on them. Anyway, I want to get back to this idea of steering the automation. And by the way, if you're new to this live stream, hi, my name is Devin Thomas. This is a Ask Me Anything Google Ads session, and you can literally ask me any single thing you want about your Google Ads. I've been running Google Ads for the past 7 years. I won't call myself an expert, but I have worked on campaigns as small as $1 per day. Those were my own, all the way up to campaigns spending $13,000 every single day. So I've kind of seen the good, the bad, the ugly, the small, the big. So if you have any questions, or you want me to help you out with your Google Ads, or you have anything to say to me, or you just want to know where to start with Google Ads, you are more than happy to ask those questions in the chat, and also let me know what country you are from. All right, so getting back to this concept of steering the AI, what a lot of business owners do is they give Google Ad bad conversion goals, right? So for example, remember we were talking about page scrolls as a conversion goal. people saying get directions in Google Maps as a conversion goal. When you do all of those things, when you add all of those bad conversion goals, what's going to happen is the AI is going to look at it and go, okay, this guy just asked for directions to the shop. And Google Ads says that my customer says, or the client who's using Google Ads says that this is a good thing to do. So what the AI goes and does is it goes and gets more of those useless clicks and it counts them as conversions, because all the AI is trying to do is give you more conversions. Has this ever happened to you? And you tell me this in the chat. Have you ever been on YouTube and you watched one video about a thing? It could be something that you're not interested in. So I'll give you an example. My girlfriend likes these makeup tutorials and stuff where the girls, like, they do their eyebrows and they do their lipstick. And as soon as my girlfriend watches that on my YouTube account, all of a sudden I start getting makeup tutorials, makeup tutorials, makeup tutorials, makeup tutorials. Has that ever happened to you guys? Let me know in the chat. You've watched a video on YouTube and all of a sudden YouTube is recommending this whole niche, this whole topic, and you're like, man, I'm not even interested in this stuff. I just wanted to watch one video to figure out one thing, and all of a sudden I'm starting to get all of these videos that I don't care about. If that's ever happened to you, let me know down in the chat. And also, if you have a good story for me, let me know that as well. All right. So the reason why so Thomas says she messed up my algorithm. Yes, Maria definitely loves messing up my algorithm, but I'll get her back. I'll go onto her YouTube channel or her YouTube account, and I'll watch something that I know she's not interested in. I'll watch, like, I don't know, a Google Ads course. That's what I'll do. I'll watch it on her account, and then she'll get all of this Google Ads stuff that she's not really interested in. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make, right, when it comes to these conversions, the point I'm trying to make is when you are going and you are approaching Google Ads and you have the wrong conversion actions, when you have the wrong conversion actions, what is going to happen to you, my friend, is you're teaching the algorithm, you are teaching Google Ads to bring you more bad customers. You're teaching it to bring you more people who are not going to give you money. Because if somebody clicks on get directions, trust me, 9 out of 10 times, that person probably is not going to be somebody who ends up buying from your store. They might click on get directions, but they might go to 100 other places before they come to your online store. So if you do that, you are really training Google Ads on the wrong data. And what's going to happen is, just like I told you about that YouTube channel, that YouTube account that keeps on getting bad videos recommended to it, the same exact thing is going to happen to you and your Google Ads, where you keep on getting customers that are wasting your time. You keep on getting useless clicks and you're wondering why you're getting useless clicks. You keep on getting leads, but they're not the right type of leads. It's because you're training the Google Ads algorithm on the wrong data. So be very careful of what you put as a primary conversion action, right? If you go into your Google Ads account, you will see there's something there that says conversion actions. And if you go there, you can choose whether something is a primary conversion action or a secondary conversion action. Primary conversion primary conversion action is, what is the main thing that I want the AI to do for me? Is it leads? Is it sales? Is it phone calls, like Hassam said, right? That should be a primary action. Everything else you can put as a secondary action. If it's important to you that they watch your video finished on your landing page, good. Put it as a secondary action. If it's important to you that they ask for directions or that they sign up to a newsletter, good. Put that as a secondary transaction, because it has value, but it's not the main thing. It's not the main reason why you're spending money on ads. And you guys might nod your head and say, yeah, but Devin, this is so obvious. Everyone's doing this. This is super obvious. Guys, every time I audit an ad account, almost every single time I audit a Google Ads account, the main thing I see on the Google Ads account is the conversion tracking is not set up properly. I've been doing this for 7 years now, working with people from all across the world, and I promise you this, Every time I audit a new ad account, even in 2024, even with people who have watched my channel and they absolutely love my content, every single time I see that the conversions are either not set up at all or not set up properly. So I want you definitely to be mindful of that. All right. So any other questions when it comes to Google Ads? Is there any other thing that you want to ask me? Also, I know some people in some different Facebook groups are watching this. If you know me and you just want to say hi in the chat. If you are a profitable PPC student, please show your face. Tell us a little bit about you and also ask me any questions. I'm probably going to hang around for, I don't know how long I'm going to hang around for today for until the questions dry up. So what I want you to do is let me know what country you're from, ask me anything about Google Ads, and I'll be more than happy to help you. And what I want to do is I want to just take a quick pause. And I want to go get myself a glass of water. And then what we're going to do is we will continue on with the live stream. All right, guys. So we're going to take a short break. Let's see. How do I do this? Let's see. Okay, cool. Let's do that. Click on this. Okay, guys, questions in the chat. I will be back very shortly. All right. And we are back. All right, cool. Let's see. Have we got any more questions in the chat? Have we got any more questions about Google Ads? I want you to ask any questions that you have below. Let me see if I can just make a banner. Ask me anything about your Google Ads and let me know where you are from. Let's do this. Let's do this ticker style over here. There we go. Nice. All right, cool. And I guess I can hide this away. All right, cool. Yeah, I like the look of that. Anyway, as I was saying, I don't know what I was saying, but yeah. All right, so MCX says, not at this time yet, doesn't have any questions. If the current campaign doesn't work out on conversion volumes, do you suggest a new landing page, a new ad, and a new offer? All right, so before you change everything, this is also another big mistake, and I also talk about this in the mindset section of the course as well. Don't scrap the project. Change 5% of whatever it is you're doing. I'll give you an example. If you decide to start a business, an airline business, for example, and you see that nobody wants to come on your flights, and you wonder maybe if it's because your flights are too expensive, instead of changing the prices of your flights, the first thing you want to do is you want to look at your branding and you want to ask yourself, is my branding attracting the right type of people? So you could put something like the airline, we are the airline of choice for billionaires. Just change the tagline. And all of a sudden you start seeing, wow, actually this is working. People will understand now that this airline is for billionaires. They might not be a billionaire, but they want to feel like a billionaire. And that means you get to keep your prices the same. You get to keep your offer the same. You've just changed your messaging. 9 out of 10 times the problem is usually your messaging. So let's say your campaign doesn't work. What I would do is I'd have a long, hard look at the data. I'd have a long, hard look at what's happening. So, first thing you want to do is you want to look at your click through rates. Are people even clicking on the ad? If your click through rate is under 6%, you might have a messaging problem. So, you might want to change your ad copy first. If you have no problem with your click through rate and you see that your click through rate is above 6%, then what you can do is you now look at the type of person coming to your page. Are they responding? Are they leaving very quickly? Then what you want to do is you want to make sure the wording on the landing page actually matches the wording of the ad. These things, these two things are usually the culprit. Your ad says one thing, but the landing page says something completely different. Your ad says that they can get a free consultation. When they click on the landing page, there's no mention of a free consultation. Your ad says that you work with real estate developers, but there's nothing on your landing page that says that you work with real estate developers. Those little things, they end up costing you the sale. Now, if Pam was still here, Pam would tell you about the 4 yes principles, but I'll break down to you what that is and why it's important as well. So, the 4 yes principle is when somebody sees your ad for the first time, they first of all read the ad, and then subconsciously, before they even click on the ad, they ask themselves, does this ad match what I've searched for? So, for example, if you search for dog coach and you're reading the ad and the ad doesn't have the word dog coach or dog trainer or we help you get your dog to behave better, all of a sudden you've lost them. They're not going to click on your ad. So the first yes is, does your ad actually match the keywords or the searches that people are typing in? That's the first yes. The second yes is, immediately if they land on that landing page, if they land on your website, within 5 seconds, they need to know exactly who you are, what you do, and why they're there. If you can't do that within 5 seconds, you've lost them again. That's the 5-second rule. So a nice little test you can do is take your landing page as it is now, MCX, show it to 5 strangers, people who don't know you, people who aren't going to be nice, people who are going to genuinely tell you what they think. You can go to the coffee shop and do this. Show them your ad, show them your landing page, and then after 5 seconds, close your laptop lid. If it is a laptop, I hope it is, because then otherwise you're going to break it, whatever it is. Close the laptop lid, and if they can't tell you what it is that you do, you've already made a mistake with your landing page design. Already. That's how you know. So we've got the ad, we've got the landing page, and now this is the most important thing. On the landing page, there needs to be something that drives urgency, something that makes them want to buy the product or buy the service today, right? They want to buy the product or buy the service today. So think about it like my Google Ads course. My Google Ads course, you knew it existed all the time, right? You were like, yeah, he's got a Google Ads course. But as soon as I said the price of my Google Ads course is going up to $3,000, by the way, which it is today, your last chance to get in after this live stream, the price goes up. So if you've been thinking about it, if you said, I'll get it, and maybe I won't get it, the price of the course is going from $750 to $3,000. So try and get the course or get in at the better price if you want to. Anyway, but the moment I told you my course was going for $3,000, something happened in your mind that drove urgency. On your landing page, there has to be something that drives urgency. If you don't have something that drives urgency, he says, indeed, but I actually got the money on Saturday. Okay, cool. That's fine as well. I trust you, MCX. I really do trust you. Anyway, you want to drive urgency. If you don't drive urgency, no one is ever going to sign up for anything because people are busy, right? So you'll see a lot of people do this in a good way and do this in a bad way. A good way is telling people, oh, there's only a limited number of seats available. Make sure you get yours now. A good way is doing it, oh, we only have a limited range of these products available. We've got 5 in stock. And once we've sold out on it, it's sold out. Those are good ways of driving urgency. The bad ways of driving urgency is this nonsense. How many people of you have seen this on the website? Because I absolutely hate this. Have you ever seen you're on a website and all of a sudden it says, bloop, Bob from California just bought this camera. And then it says, bloop, Susan from so-and-so just bought this light stand, and then bloop, this person from this state just bought this piano. And we all see that and we know it's fake, right? We all see that and we're like, and yeah, how are all of these people buying stuff from this website I've never even heard of? That's a bad way to drive urgency. So little pop-ups showing that people bought things on your website and people are buying things on your website, people will see straight through that. Also, when it comes to countdown timers, good countdown timers, the countdown ends, the promotion is done. Bad countdown timers says 15 seconds to make a purchase. You leave the website, you come back on the website. Then it says 15 seconds to make the purchase. You leave the website, you come back again. 15 seconds or the sale ends now. You're just lying. You're just lying to get the sale. So that's artificial scarcity, and that's never worked. It's never worked on me, and most people see right through it. Also, let me know your encounter, and also let me know the stuff that you hate, that you see on websites, because I see that garbage and I say to myself, I don't trust this website. I'm just going to log off from this website. Even if I wanted to buy something, as soon as I see those pop-ups, I'm like, nah, this ain't it, fam. So yeah. All right. So Thomas is asking what words are good for software as a service products. For example, price, alternative, buy, add to your long tail keywords. Alternative seems like a keyword with urgent search intent. No, alternative is not a keyword with urgent search intent. What problem does your software as a service product solve? I would start over there. And another thing I'm going to tell you is if you have very strong competitors, I've actually done this with another company in Cape Town as well. If you have very strong competitors, what most software as a service um, companies do is they actually take a loss on the front end. They take a loss with the marketing. They know already their leads are too expensive and they live with it because they look at what their LTV is, their lifetime value of the customer is. And if it's higher, they'll take the hit up front and they will roll with it, even if they have to spend a lot of money just to get the client. Once they have the client, they know that over the past couple of months, they'll make that money back. Insurance companies are an excellent example of this. So for insurance companies, they can get away with marketing and spending tons on marketing. Like if you go to Google Keyword Planner, some insurance companies are spending $151 per click. Some insurance companies are spending $200 per click for one click, not for 100 clicks, $200 for a single click. So the question is, why can insurance companies afford to spend $200 on a single click? Well, that's because insurance companies know that if they keep you for 4 months and they charge you $50 every month, in 4 months' time, they've already made their money back. On the 5th month and on the 6th month and the 7th month, that's where they actually start getting paid. That's where they actually start generating revenue. So their cost per conversion, right? Their cost per conversion, they absolutely don't care because they know once the customer is sunk in, they are going to get the client. So what I advise this software as a service company from, or the SaaS company from Cape Town is, if it's too expensive for you to get the client, I don't care. Pay the price, get the client. But just make sure your lifetime value is good and make sure your churn rate isn't too high so that when you get the client, you don't lose the client after 2 months. So maybe that's the model that you need to look at, is look at the lifetime value per customer and then figure out your acquisition costs from there. Because based on what you're telling me, my friend, these software companies you're going up against, they will almost always put you in the dirt. They will bury you if you try and get away with a small marketing budget. They will absolutely kill you. That's what I've seen. I've seen it in so many instances, especially with software as a service. So look at your software as a service, look at your cost per acquisition and look at your lifetime value for the client, and maybe take the hit and maybe make the money up as you go along by keeping the client. All right, so I just want to know what the product is about, and then I'll be able to tell you more or less what would be a good keyword for you and what would be a bad keyword for you. All right, so MCX says, I have pinned who is it for on the second keyword. That's lovely. You know, MCX, The one thing about Google Ads is we can do all of these work, we can do all of this work, but at the end of the day, it's your click-through rate that's going to determine whether you did a good job or whether you did a bad job with writing your Google Ads. You can follow all the best practices and you can have a bad click-through rate. And then you're going to have to undo all of those best practices. I've seen some ads that don't have any keywords, but what they're saying resonates so much with the person that you just have to click on it. Has that ever happened to you? Like you're watching YouTube, you're watching your normal videos, and then you see a video that you feel like, I just have to click on this video. I just have to know the answer to that. You can do the same exact thing with your Google Ads. So I'm happy that you pinned it to the second keyword position, but only once I see the click-through rate am I exactly going to understand, what is up and what's happening. Thank you very much for telling me I've got great advice. I really appreciate it as well. All right, so sorry, I'm just cycling through my comments over here. And Thomas says it's annoying. Yep, it's pretty annoying when you start seeing pop-ups and timers and they're telling you that in 15 seconds the sale is over, but you come back and the sale is still on. Definitely. All right. So MCX says, I want a subtle, actually super subtle way to create urgency on a landing page. It's true. I don't want to put any timers or slots on on believability. Here's the thing though. I'll tell you a funny story about that. Umair, I do see your question. Hey, Philip, how you doing? You missed Pam. I hope she's coming back. But yeah, you missed Pam on the early part, but so good to have you, my friend. So good to see you. Umair, so good to see you as well. Man, we've got so many loyal people coming to the live stream. It actually warms my heart, right? So let's talk a little bit about this, right? So you want a subtle way to create urgency. So I was watching this one YouTube video and I was trying to get more bookings because I do Google Ads consulting. For those of you who don't know, I do Google Ads consulting. I don't promote it, but I do it for like $350 per hour. So what this guy told me was, he said, take your calendar. Like you have 7 days and you show your availability in your Calendly. When you show your availability link, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about because I've got it open over here. So if you go over here, if you look at my calendar over here, and I'm just going to get one of them up and done for you. Let's just open one so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so let's say you have a calendar on your website. As you can see over here, if you look at my calendar, I've only got 1 day free. And when you click on that 1 day, I've only got about 5 hours worth of slots available, right? And if you look at my next month calendar, you'll see I only have Tuesdays available, nothing else. So I was watching this guy's YouTube video, and this guy told me, because previously I had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday open. Every day was open because I thought to myself, I want to get as many clients as possible. I want to make it very easy for the clients to book me. So what I'm going to do is for Google Ads consultation, I'm going to have every single day open in my calendar. So this guy says, no, you should take all of your available days away and leave just 1 day available. And I thought to myself, but that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Why would I reduce the amount of available hours I have? But I said, I've got nothing to lose. Let me just try it. Try it for a week. I applied the guy's knowledge on Tuesday. The next day, I got a booking for $350 from somebody who wanted to have me as a Google Ads consultant. The next day, just by doing away with all of the other available days and just having 1 day available and giving myself 5 hours. This is what MCX, this is one of those subtle things that you can do. Because when I change my availability in my calendar, when I start taking days away, people look at it and go, holy crap, I can only see this guy for 1 day. He must be a really big deal. He must really know what he's doing. He must be booked all the time, or he must be busy all the time. And all of a sudden you start creating urgency, right? But I'm not selling you anything. I'm not putting a big timer up there. I'm not saying a sale. I'm just showing you that I've only got 5 hours available this week. That's it. That's all. Very subtle way of creating, very, very subtle way of creating um, urgency. All right. So Thomas Lombard over there says, what you said just there about SAS and lifetime value is exactly the boat that we are in right now. Exactly, Thomas. And Thomas goes on to say, sorry, Umair, I get to your comment in a section, in a second. Thomas says over there, the product we are building is a recording app that uses AI to describe your meeting. Oh, I've seen a lot of these recording apps. All right. So here are the keywords that you want to go after. You want to go after minute taking app. You want to go after meeting note taking apps. You want to go after record my meeting. You want to go after, there's another good one. There's a name for it. Anyway, you want to go after the problem that people have, and you want to go after the problem that they're going to type in. Generally speaking, because you're an SAS company, if somebody knows the name and they type in blah, 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 alternative, you can hope to show up because you're probably going to be the cheaper option. So the other SAS company, SaaS, I'm just going to call it SaaS company is probably charging a lot more money than you, and you want to show that you can do it for the client for a cheaper price. The problem with that is 9 out of 10 times, even though the other company is more expensive, 9 out of 10 times, they still end up taking the other company just because they type their name in first. Because there's always some support feature or always something that they offer that you can't beat them on because you're operating on a shoestring budget. So what I would do is alternative, it's okay. It's okay. I would bid on my competitor names. I would go after their names quite aggressively, not even alternative. I would just bid on their names and just put my price in the ad straight away. And another thing I would do is I would make sure that I'm showing up on every single problem that that client might have. So I'll give you an example from my Google Ads YouTube channel. If you go to Google Ads right now, oh, look who's back. Look who's back.
Hey.
I'm so happy to see you. Can I get you anything? A glass of water, maybe?
Cheers.
Cheers. Anyway, Thomas has given me a lot more information about his software as a service product. And it turns out what Thomas is actually doing is he's working with a $2.5 per day budget. He's going against SaaS companies, and he's basically, he doesn't want to spend more money. But what they do is, I'll tell you exactly what they do. I've got it over here. I'm so excited that you're back. All right, there we go. So the product that he's building is a recording app that uses AI to describe your meetings. And the keywords that he's using is he's going after the popular apps. And what he's doing is he's typing in alternative. So in other words, maybe, I don't know, a note-taking app, but maybe Photoshop alternative, and he's showing up on those search results. And what I've advised Thomas is, when it comes to software as a service, a lot of these companies are actually eating the customer acquisition costs upfront, and they're basically going after the LTV, which is the lifetime value. So they will die, they will kind of die or kill themselves, overpay for the client, get the client on, knowing that the lifetime value of the client is more important than if you need any more clarity, let me know. I know you just come from a different meeting.
Which was with a SaaS company, so I know exactly what he's talking about. I'm like, honestly, Thomas, all love. I don't exactly know what you're doing, but if you have a $2.5 budget, forget it. Stop doing ads right now. Seriously, you're wasting your time. You're really wasting your time. There's other things you should be doing right now, especially for a startup, than this. It's not worth your time. Like, so either do it properly or not at all. But $2.5 not going to get you anywhere.
So if you were to give him a 3-point plan, right, with software as a service, because I think the more that Thomas is telling us, the more like the clearer the picture is getting. Because as soon as he said he's typing in alternatives, I was like, oh, I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to get the big guys and he's kind of trying to undercut them with pricing, and he's trying to show himself off as the cheapest on the market. And therefore, if somebody's looking for alternative, like in Photoshop is $400 a month and he's only doing it for $50 a month, it would be better for him. Also, Thomas, you can correct us if there's anything wrong that we said. Anyway, Pam, if you could give him like a 3-step plan, even a 2-step.
Okay, so this is going to extend beyond Google Ads because, man, this is a really tough market to go after because I'm using these transcription services, but I'm using it as part of, for example, Google Meet. So it's already built in. And then there's, Otter, there is, I think, Scribe, there's a whole bunch of others. So it would be really, really key to understand, why would I use yours and not so many others that are already out there, right? So first of all, really, really get clear on that. Secondly, no, that's pretty much it. There's no 3-step plan. I would really want to understand why do we need another transcription software on the market? Why do we need another SaaS company? What kind of problems are you solving here that others are not? And you're already saying, in international, like you're going with the local market. Okay, cool. Is the local market the right market? Do they need that? Are they looking for other options? Maybe yours is cheaper. That could be a valid, selling point. And then the question is your time really best used in Google Ads, or aren't you better off if you're targeting small businesses to go to small business conventions, right? And literally chat up customers one by one. Like in the beginning, do things that don't scale. Somebody, oh God, was it Andreessen Horowitz or gosh, one of the big names out there said that, right? And it's so true. Google Ads, Meta ads are there for you to scale when you have a working business model, when you have paying customers, right? But in the beginning, man, other things are more important than this. Get your first testimonials, right? Get at least 10, 15, 20 testimonials so that those people can talk about you. Find a referral strategy so that the happy customers refer other customers, which is much cheaper. It's 0 cost in that, right? So yeah, this might have not been the advice that you asked for, but this comes from 10 plus years of dealing with startups and being in that space.
Yeah. And that's why I said you might feel like your ads are too expensive. They're supposed to be expensive. You're going up against billion-dollar companies. It's just that you're going up against a billion-dollar company, and they are gonna beat you in every single aspect of marketing you can think of. Their ads are gonna be better than yours. They're gonna spend more than yours. The only way that you're gonna be able to compete is maybe to eat up that cost per lead, pay a lot of money to get that lead in, and just look after your customers better. But it might not be the best approach for you when you're starting off from brand new. So yeah, just bear that in mind. Sorry for the bad news, man. I don't want to give you bad news, but this is what we're here for. This is what we're here for.
Yeah.
Anyway, Umer, how are you doing, my friend? This is also another regular of my channel. We've got so many regulars in today. So Umer says, hi, Devin. If a client budget is $20 per day, how do you generate a conversion from shopping ads account if it's brand new? Can you share your experience? All right, so Umer, there's a couple of things I need to know from you. Number one, what store? Are we selling baby blankets? Are we selling Formula One gold chains? Are we selling Formula One gearboxes? Are we selling shuttle parts to go into outer space? I kind of need to understand what type of store you're operating in, and I'll give you an example of why I say this is. A lot of times when you guys go on YouTube, you guys are going to see this. Make money with Google Ads for just $10 per day. You ever seen those videos? Or you ever seen those videos? I made $1 million with Google Ads with just $300. You ever seen those videos online? Or what's one of my other favorite one? Start Google Ads and become an instant millionaire for less than $10 per day, right? Here's the problem with all of that advice. It's very generic. You might be able to do that if you have $1 million product and there's no competition and everybody's searching for a problem and you solved it. But sometimes the market is saturated. There's already people doing it. So this is why I need more context from you, because I need to understand the shop. So if you have a link for the shop, send it to me. Thomas, by the way, if you feel comfortable, you can share the link for your landing page for your SaaS product if you want. But
Country,
come again?
location, country, location.
Yeah, country, location. Umair, you need to give us a lot more than just $20 per day. I can't work with that. All right. So we got Philip over here. Philip says hi. Let's wave to Philip. How you doing? All right. MCX says, it happens all the time. Google Ads has studied it to a mastery to put unrelated videos, but I just have to click them. Yes. So what me and MCX was talking about is we were talking about what is good ad copy. And I use the example of sometimes on YouTube, you have your regular videos that you watch, but sometimes you see a thumbnail and you just have to click on it. And I said, that's an example of great ad copy. So sometimes ad copy can follow all the rules. It can have all of the keywords in, the headings are nice, everything is as it's supposed to be. And you could find the ad doesn't work, but the ad doesn't work because you're not getting to the heart of the matter and you're not resonating with the client or the ideal client. So be very careful with ad copy. It's not just like a one size fits all formula. You have to really think about your ideal client and what they would click on. All right, MCX also says here, I have a calendar on the main site and I've done so as well, but that is not on the landing page. So here's the thing about what you're trying to do, MCX. You want to work with real estate people and you want those real estate people to submit leads on your website, but you're not giving them a good enough reason to submit the lead in the first place. So what I want you to do is, I know you shared your landing page last time, but I want you to share it again because now you get 2 experts for the price of 1. Share it again, and we're going to help you out with your urgency on this podcast. So share it again, and I'm going to show you a little bit of where you're going wrong. All right. Okay, so people are saying that our advice is actually good advice. MCX says it's perfect marketing advice, by the way. Wow.
10 years in the making. You're welcome. Lots to hear. Marketing actually, but yeah. It's honestly, nothing beats experience. Nothing. And as much as people try to hack stuff and go faster, like we can help save you making certain mistakes because we've seen other people do that over and over again, right? But there are certain stages of a company growth that you just have to go through.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. By the way, if you're watching on LinkedIn, the live stream is going to end in about 2 hours. If it goes on past that, what I want you to do is find my YouTube channel. It's called Neptune Design, and you can tune in there and make sure you ask us any questions that you want to ask us. I put a little banner below, a little ticker banner, Pam. I don't know if you can see it, but I put it over there because I was sick and tired of just repeating myself and saying, ask me anything, ask me anything. I was like, let me just put a banner on there and then it's done. All right. So MCX says, we, the new guys, that's his company, need a way to market somehow. And he says, I guess cold calling or cold emailing is an option though to begin with. Cold calling and cold emailing is fine. What you need more importantly is an angle. A lot of people don't talk about this. You need an angle for your company. You need a reason why, you need a reason strong enough for somebody to do business with you. That's what you're looking for, is you're looking for angle besides being new. For example, Uber was a new company when it came out, but it did things a little bit differently. Google was a new company when it came out, but it did something differently. So what you need more than an approach to your market, right? You need an angle. You need a very strong set of reasons over why I'm choosing you versus everybody else that's doing it. This is what everybody forgets. Find a reason why somebody would choose you over the big guy, not money. I'm sick and tired of hearing people saying, but we are cheaper, but we are cheaper, but we are cheap. I don't care.
That's really, like, first of all, if you get started with that you're only going to go down a rabbit hole. It's going to be very, very difficult for yourself to dig yourself out of it. And
Exactly.
it's not like, if you go for the cheaper route, you have to do some serious money mindset work first before you even think about getting clients. Like, for goodness sake, it's going to make your life so much easier. Stop getting clients, work on your money mindset first.
Exactly. What I want everybody to do is, I want you to write down what car you drive. So in the chat, write down what car you drive, right? You don't have to tell you can tell us the car, the make, the model, just tell us what car you drive down in the chat. And I'm going to prove to you just with those comments that all of you guys are not choosing the cheapest type of car, right? All of you guys had the money to buy the cheapest car and you still chose to buy something that was more expensive. And I know this because I used to sell cars. Now, what's going to happen is I'm going to leave this comment on the screen. I'm just going to change my light quickly because one of the lights went out. Pamela, do you mind taking this one on?
Yes, absolutely.
Cool.
So, pricing. People buy emotions, not products. That's one thing you got to be aware of, right? People don't buy what you do, they either buy why you do it or for the solution that you're offering them. And the solution is never a fact, the solution is always an emotion. And this is oftentimes a lot harder to grasp, even for guys, because they're like, no, facts, and people buy this. Trust me, people always buy emotions. They buy an emotional outcome, right? So if we're looking into like simple shopping ads, people are buying clothes to maybe feel pretty for the next date or to look good and their ball gone, right? Or to have nice office shoes again that make them feel a bit more confident, right? So my favorite topic.
Yeah, definitely. And Reddit ROFL says he drives a Golf 4. Oh, there we go. You didn't buy a Golf 1. You bought a more expensive Golf. Yeah, let me know what cars you guys are driving. I only see one comment here. I think most of you are driving a car at least. So let us know what car you're driving down below in the chat. And Philip Kutsia over here says he had a similar client that didn't have enough budget to compete with Google Ads. And he also advised them to employ one sales guy and to go and demo the product to potential clients. And he tripled his revenue. Exactly, Philip. This is exactly what we're talking about. Family Clips Daily. Hey, how you doing? I hope you are well. And Thomas says, of course, honesty is required for sanity checks. I appreciate it 100%. Being an entrepreneur is quite a learning journey. Yeah, definitely. It's a learning journey and not for the faint of heart. So guys, let me tell you a little bit. I'll tell you a little bit about what business owners are scared of because I started with this. I actually wrote a post on LinkedIn about this, and I think this is super true. The one thing that scares you to death as a business owner is actually to walk up to a client or potential client or even just a stranger and literally just talk about your business. What it is that you do, what you like about what you do, and how you can help them. That is the most terrifying thing as a business owner. That is the thing we are always running away from. So what happens is we will spend 5 hours designing a little social media post. Oh, and it has to be the right colors, and we have to have the right font, and I have to take new pictures. And then you go out there and you post the social media post, and guess what? Not a single person cares. Not a single person clicks, not a single person comments. So what happens is you go out there and you design a whole website. You've got a 16-page website. It looks beautiful. You got the right pictures and you put it out there and nobody cares. Why does nobody care? Because you're not talking to people. You have to talk to people. It is the secret sauce of entrepreneurship. The more people you talk to about your idea, the more people will give you critiques. The more people will say, I think you're doing it wrong. The more people will say, well, what happens if this and this? I'll give you an example. Me and Pam were talking yesterday and I mentioned my course and Pam was like, why don't you have a subscription offering? And she was right. We don't have a subscription offering, right? So here I am selling a course and the course is at full price. But what if somebody wants to buy it just via subscription plan? But this is the value of talking to people. It's because you alone are not going to come up with the winning idea, the winning execution, and you're going to do everything right by yourself. It takes a community to build a great product. And once you have a great product, you have to take it to the community so they can buy it. That's one thing that a lot of you guys are making a big mistake on.
Yeah, and I think also now we're having almost like this renaissance of in-person conversations because people are slowly starting to get tired of social media and they're realizing, oh, that might not be it, or oh, if 1,000 people online say bad things about me. That's really not the reality, you know? So, I mean, obviously, I hope nobody's ever going to do that for you, knock on wood, but it does happen, right? And when we realize our happiness and the real feedback and customers come a lot from these in-person interactions, right? So, can you host a workshop somewhere? Can you give a talk? Can you go to a meetup? I mean, I the amount of time I engage in offline stuff just alone, and actually 2 hours from now, I have an alumni event coming up that I'm going to attend. And then in the coming days, I'm going to have a more social event to attend. So I have a very good mix of professional and social events, because a lot of times when people are in a social context, it's much easier getting to know them and getting a conversation started, because there's no pressure. It's just talking on this human basis. But this oftentimes provides the best foundation for a business partnership then, right?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Even MCX, we were talking about strategies for you to get new clients. I would literally just do this. Like, if you have a live stream where people can ask you anything, this is how you get to know people. This is how you get to talk to people. And this is how you can see if your product or your service is even worth it. I've been with so many clients, or not even clients. I've had people that have worked for me that didn't believe in their idea. And I've taken them with to a business conference. Well, all the business owners sit there and we have to do a 2-minute elevator pitch. So obviously the guy's here, he's a bit shaking, he's a bit scared. He's like, oh my gosh, I have to go stand in front of these people and I have to tell them about my product or service. And eventually he goes up and he tells them, he's shaking as he's talking. He's like, hi, my name is, and he's talking and he's telling him about his product and his service. And every single person, I'm not lying to you, every single person put their hand up after he made his shaky sales pitch, and they were like, can you please come talk to me after this? I really need your services. Can you please come talk to me afterwards? I've been trying to figure this out for 3 years. I haven't been able to do this. Can you please talk to me and tell me exactly what you're doing, and tell me exactly how to do this better that I'm trying to do? So what happens is you kind of need to believe in what you do. You need to believe in your business, but also you need to go out there and find people that are going to believe in it as well. You don't have to be the cheapest. I think this is the biggest lie.
You
This is the
shouldn't be the
biggest.
cheapest.
Yeah, if you are the cheapest, there's something wrong. There's less money to market. There's less money to hire people. There's less money to pay yourself. You should almost try and never be the cheapest, ever.
No.
Yeah, definitely. All right, cool. So let's see what we've got over here.
Any other
Hello,
Google
Family
Ads?
Clips Daily. That's it. We got the Golf 4 over here. The rest of you guys are not driving cars. You're all using
Ubering.
wheelbarrows, apparently. Horseback.
Everybody Ubers.
Everybody Ubers. Okay, that's fine. So MCX says, I see what you say. I was considering doing a live stream, but if it's empty, it would seem weird. The landing page is on my LinkedIn, by the way. Okay, so you sent the landing page. Fantastic. All right, so Pam, how many live streams have you done? I'm going to go first. Let me tell you how many live streams I've done and nobody's shown up. I think the number is round about 23, 25 maybe. The last 10 I had 10 that really hurt, but I've done about 25 live streams and 0 people showed. Pam?
Mhm. Yeah, about half of the time mostly I go live on Instagram. That's my current preferred platform for these lives. Half of the time nobody shows up. And that's okay. You just get to practice. If you don't feel like continuing, that's fine as well. But you gotta get started somewhere, man. You gotta get started. And you won't know until you tried. Yes, you can watch YouTube videos about strategies and what works, and you can watch Alex Hormozy and whoever else, but nothing beats you actually going out there and doing it.
Yeah, that's pretty true. And here's the thing, you're not supposed to get it right the first time. You're supposed to go in, you're supposed to fail a little and go, oh man, I forgot to send out that email. I had a very funny thing happen to me is I went onto a live stream and nobody was there. And I said to myself, I'm just going to do my slides. So I said to myself, as practice, since I'm here, since it's like 11 p.m. and I'm not going to be able to sleep, let me just go through my slides. 0 people were in the room. I went through my slides at about 40 minutes, right? 10 minutes from me switching off the live stream. A woman from Canada came onto the live stream. She saw me talking. She said, Devon, I didn't get much of what you were saying, but I'm very interested. And she went and she bought my course straight away. So that was 40 minutes of talking to no one, shadows.
Yeah.
And that last 10 minutes was the most important thing. Now, can you imagine if I said, I'm not going to do the live stream? I would have lost out on that customer purely because I would just go, oh, it's a failure. Nope. And just switched it off.
Yeah, I honestly have similar examples from that. Like I remember still one example last fall, I was in Atlanta at a conference, and that morning I went live just literally on the way to the conference. And it was a live that didn't even last long, maybe 10 minutes or something. But one person messaged me from that live, needed help, sent him the payment link to schedule a consulting session. He scheduled it, and we literally met up not even 7-8 hours later.
Wow.
And had that session, right?
And how long were you live for? How long were you live for?
10 minutes.
Yeah.
So imagine if I was doing more, right? So you can always do more. Yeah, honestly, if it was easy, everyone would do it. I would be careful with that sentence because it tends to mess with our brain. You want to do the easy things. The easy things are good, right?
Easy things are good. Yeah.
The easy things are good. Very, very important. So many people get hung up in the hard things, right? But I've seen the difference really these days is in people doing it and then being people walking their talk. There's a lot of people talking, lots of people, but the way you build trust and consistency over the years is by you walking your talk. That beats everything. And there's this book, The 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem, and they did a study a couple decades ago already with like executives, and they looked into what's the number one way to increase trust among executives and managers. And literally the one thing was always, I walk my talk, I do more of what I say, I follow up on what I said I was going to do, right? So iterations of that.
Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I am going to share the screen over here. By the way, if you're brand new, tick us below. Ask us anything that you want about Google Ads. We will answer. Just let us know what country you are from. Don't be shy. Me and Pam will not bite. But you can ask us literally anything that you want or that you wonder about your Google Ads. Now, let's go and have a look at this landing page. Okay, cool. Pam, there we go. Let me know if you want me to scroll. I've seen the first version of this page. This is the second version of this page. I asked him to make the roller coaster more clear and also make the call to action more clear. But there's still a lot of work to do on this page.
Okay, let me give you my first impression. Very new impression, right? So which is probably going to be very helpful to you because that's not something you get every day. I read roller coasters are fun, but not for your business. So my initial thought was like, roller coasters? Am I going to buy roller coasters here? I was like, this is a bit strange. Let me read on. And then I read 78% more consistent stream of potential buyers for your properties with digital ads. I'm like, this is digital marketing. Okay. And then only as Devon mentioned the real estate, I read for real estate developers. So that for real estate developers is so much in the background and so tiny and so light that I didn't even read it. So I know it might be a catchy headline, but it's not doing its job.
So what we need to do is we need to actually swap out 70%, 78% more consistent stream of potential real estate buyers or maybe potential buyers for your properties and make that the bold sentence. And then for real estate developers also needs to be a more bold. So we need to see what it is. And this tagline over here can be the third or the not
or make it part of the picture. Put it in the image as an overlay of the image, right?
Yeah, definitely. All right, cool. So if we're looking at this page over here, also there's something up with your alignment. This should be more to the right, but anyway, if we're looking at this page over here, how would we drive urgency on this page? Pamela, what I'm going to do is I'm also going to send this to you as well. But
Yeah,
because
this
it's hard to look at something I know, like if I'm scrolling back and forth.
no, it's not you. It's not you. It's the page. There's like so much that I could say here, and I'm afraid that I'm not going to be able to do that all in 2 minutes. Um, the book button is way too small. The white, I can barely read it. That needs to be bigger. I would also look at how that landing page displays on mobile, because mobile is more important for Google than the desktop version. You're saying clients, hold on, it says here we have saved each and every one of our clients more than 23 hours per week. You talk about saving time, but I only find it after 5 minutes of reading, exaggeration, right? That 23, any number should be displayed much bigger, because then the brain catches on much quicker, right?
What you should even do is, if you say get your clear advantage, that 23 hours per week, you can have that as a title saying we've saved our clients more than 23 hours per week. It should be something that pops off. See, what you're doing is, and I love to talk about this, man. I'm even going to stop sharing my screen so I can talk about this. A lot of my students do the same thing. Okay. You have a button, the button leads to a paragraph, and in the paragraph, somewhere down there in the third last paragraph, that's where the important stuff is, right? So think about it like this. When you watch a movie and you're looking at a movie trailer, it'll show you explosion, boom, and then it'll show you Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then afterwards it'll show you Kevin Hart, and then afterwards the movie trailer is to show you the most important parts of the movie and why you should watch the movie, but it doesn't explain everything to you. What you guys want to do is you want to show us the 30 boring minutes of the movie, and you want us to find the interesting parts in there. This is what you guys are getting wrong. Tell me the big, fat, juicy stuff that I can't ignore that's going to make my life better. Tell me that first so I go, wow, okay, I'm all in. Where do I sign up? And then on the sales pitch, when you're talking to them, you can then elaborate and you can break it down and you can have nuance and you can explain to them nicely. Think about this like a movie trailer for your business. You want to have those big, exciting moments for them to get them to have the urgency to want to contact you.
Yeah.
Right?
Hits
So,
nail on the head.
Pam, sorry to interrupt. Moving on.
Yeah, I was saying it hits the nail on the head.
Fantastic. All right, cool. This part over here, you still haven't changed. So I think because we are in the advertising world, this is where me and Pam will be able to give you the most value. So what you're saying is property advertising that converts. Take a look at some examples of how we make properties shine. So you do landing pages, you do high intent Google ads, and the prices are here, but the prices are like super small. Obviously, you don't want the guys to know what you're charging. 250. There we go. And you also do an email system. Pam, from your 7 years of digital marketing experience, what would you say is missing from this section?
So much. I would need a separate hour, 2 or 3.
No. We have to charge for lots of your time.
That's
So
what
that's
I'm
not
saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, there is a lot going on here, like, and a lot that should be improved. And Devon, you already mentioned quite a bit of it. I don't care about responsiveness or custom design. I don't care about high intent Google ads. What does high intent mean, right? Like, lead nurturing process, cool. But if I'm the person who's, I think in this case, a real estate agent or something, I want to know, what is the big picture? What can you do for me, right? Like saving me the 23 hours. So you're hitting me with a lot of words here that make me think so much. And I always tell people, you got to assume people are lazy. Don't make them think, make it easy for them to say yes, right? So there's a lot of like consumer psychology that goes into this, that we're like, not just this landing page would need a general overhaul, but I'm also saying that your pricing structure and probably your mindset about pricing would need an overhaul as well. Because if you're writing the pricing that small, then I'm almost getting the feeling you're too shy to charge for your services.
Yeah.
You're almost saying, please don't read the price.
Please,
Don't pay
we
me.
charge 250
Yeah.
euros per month. Yeah.
Right. So if you want to take this to the next level, and I think Devin and me are more than happy to look into and see how we can help you professionally here, but it would need quite a big chunk of work.
Another thing I want to show you is, I know that the sponsor of one of the sponsors of the live stream as well. I promise you I didn't plan this. MCX, please tell him I'm not paying you. But if you look at lead pages,
Yeah.
okay, so if you want to advertise that you do landing pages, let's see what lead pages says. First thing they do is they say the easiest way to grow your conversions, right? And then what they do is they give you a couple of case studies here, and they tell you here are the results. In other words, they are proud of the results that they've delivered, and they are confident that they can give you those results.
Look
right?
at my numbers.
Exactly.
They're worth
So,
showing.
and this works perfectly for you because you are now, let's contrast this to what you're doing. And by the way, I don't want you to feel like we are picking on you. If anybody gave us a landing page, we would do this. It's just we're trying to deliver a lot of information in a very short space of time. And that's why we have to be so blunt and to the point. So check this out. You say landing page, dedicated promo page for your project. It's responsive, it's custom designed, it's got user experience. No business owner in the world wakes up in the morning and says, my gosh, I wonder if our user experience is good enough. This is why a key component of our course is what keeps your customer up at night. If it keeps them up at night, it goes on the landing page. If it does not keep them up at night, it does not go on the landing page. Lead pages knows that what keeps us up at night is money. How am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to get more leads for my business? So what lead pages does is, link in the description, by the way, if you want to use lead pages, is they lead with the results they can get you. And then they show you how a landing page can give you 12 plus more leads. I think that's stupid, but anyway, that's lead pages. I can't say anything bad. I would lead with something more specific, but anyway, that's what they put over there. 5 times more conversions than the industry average, and over 270 plus businesses have launched on lead pages. So what they've done is they've done a very good job of explaining to you exactly why you should do this, or why you should work with them. And they've done it within the first 10 seconds. You didn't even need to scroll down. Yeah. MCX, please tell us if this has been helpful to you. We've been doing consulting now, how many years combined? Like
15 to 20, we're close to 20 probably.
Yeah, 20 years of consulting experience. So the thing that it's always hard as a consultant is you can see what's wrong, but we never understand the business. Well, not that we don't understand the business owner's point of view, is that we know you've been putting blood, sweat, and tears into getting this page to look this good.
And we
don't
also
wanna
do
undermine
consumer psychology.
Exactly. We don't want to undermine that. We know you've been working your butt off to get it this good, right? And sometimes what happens is you feel like, man, I've been doing so much work. What do you mean it's not good enough? They call it the sunk cost fallacy, where you feel like you've gone down a road so much that you feel like you can't turn around and go down a different direction because you've already wasted so much time, effort, and energy going down a single road. But this is also the thing that you need to understand, that as a business owner, we have to do this in our business as well. We kind of need to rip up what we've been doing, and we kind of need to refresh. So yeah, I hope that helps. By the way, if you've joined this live stream, welcome. Myself and Pamela are here. We want to answer any questions that you might have on Google Ads. We're not going to be we're not going to be here for too much longer, but what we want to do is we want to really, really make sure that we help you. So Pam is about to bounce. I'll still be on the live stream. Pam, thank you so much for being on again. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for helping me out and answer questions. Is there anything that you want to tell them before you leave? Anything about stuff that you're planning? Give us everything. Just tell us everything that you're planning, everything you're doing, and also how can they get a hold of you, and also what sort of results do you help your clients to get?
Yeah, so let me start from the back. I mean, we've helped clients, for example, reduce the cost per lead from 700 to $150, or down from 100, like three figures, to like single or double digits, right? Currently, one of our physiotherapist clients is getting new leads booked and paid for $8 per lead, which isn't too bad, I think.
That's crazy for physio.
So
That's medical. That's beautiful.
yeah, or we're talking e-commerce stores, for like a low $5 to $20, depending on which channel you use for per purchase, when an average cart value is like 300, 400, 500 bucks. So yeah, that's the kind of stuff we pretty much help you understand exactly, is Google Ads the right thing for you, and if so, how are you going to use it? You're welcome, Thomas. And in that run of our collaboration, we mostly do the ads for you. We do have some clients who have coaching as well. So we work with you, and mostly that extends a little bit beyond ads, as you might have noticed today. And other than that, I would, if you're watching the recording, I would still encourage you to ask a question, post it, because then we're going to use that, and either Devin or me will respond to that later on, or maybe we're going to respond to it on social media, right? So reach out, ask for help. There's people figured it out. There is fast tracking available, but we need you to reach out and be proactive in asking for help. But we're here for you. We're here with you on this journey, and it's our pleasure to help you.
And the one thing I'm going to say about Pamela is, if you go and you look at Pamela's results that she gets for her clients, and you watch the videos of her clients actually talking about Pamela, most of the clients say the same thing, is that Pamela actually listened to them. You know, it's very hard to get somebody to listen to you in this day and age. There are so many marketing agencies out there, and I know because they've approached me and they want to put their names at the bottom of my YouTube channel. And I'm like, no, 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 no. I trust Pamela with my viewers, my subscribers. I trust her with them. I do not just trust the next guy who just wants to make money off you and charge you $5,000 a month and doesn't give a damn if your ads work, if they don't work. I don't like people like that. Every single one of Pamela's clients, if you go and speak to them, they'll tell you they felt heard by Pamela first. And that's why I had her on, and that's why she is such a treasure and such an asset to me in my life. Pamela, thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, I will see you around. Thanks for hanging out. We appreciate
Hassam,
you.
bye. Thank you.
Cheers. Bye. All right, cool. People, we are into the final stretch. We've talked about landing pages. We've talked about Google Ads. We've talked about how to get better results. We've talked about a lot of things. I'm just going to go through the chat and see if I'm missing anything. But what I want you to do is, as we close up, is I want you to ask me any questions that you have about Google Ads. I'm probably going to hang around for about 10 more minutes. So I want you to ask me any follow-up questions that you might have, any questions. And if you're new, don't be shy. All of these guys that you see in the chat over here, MCX, Thomas, Family Clips Daily, Reddit. I don't think Reddit's been here before. But yeah, all of these people have basically been with me. They've live streamed with me, and they should know you can ask us literally anything. Look, we're just business owners like you guys. We're just trying to figure this out, and we are in the fortunate position that we chose Google Ads. But it's beautiful because you can literally do this with any business anywhere, if you have the right fundamentals in place. So what we try and do on these live streams is we just try and share a little bit more information from people who've been doing the Google Ads thing for the past 7 years. I mean, there are some things in Google Ads that you're going to know straight away, but there's other things that nobody tells you. Nobody tells you that when Google tells you your ads are limited by budget, that you shouldn't just increase your budget. Nobody tells you that when Google Ads says that they want to add 500 more keywords, that you shouldn't just let them add 500 more keywords to your account. That's why we have this Q&A. So if you have any questions about your Google Ads, please let us know, and also let us know where you are from. All right, guys, also in closing, tell me what was your favorite moment of this live stream, and tell me also what was the thing that we said that resonated with you the most. So we're still open for questions. You can still ask anything that you want to ask. But also let me know like what resonated with you the most. I'm very interested to hear your answers to this. Man, we've been talking so much. Let me have a glass of water. Ah. Yeah, I think there's a delay in the comments, so I'm just gonna sup away, man. I'm thirsty, man. Yeah, this has been an awesome live stream. Also, I know that you guys were voting, and some of you voted for us to do shopping ads today. What I'm going to do is next time we do a live stream, I'm going to try and make it shopping ads focused. Because what happened was in the vote, when I posted the vote on the YouTube channel, I had 4 options, and conversion rate optimization was winning. So I was like, okay, get the landing page, the thumbnail, everything done for conversion rate optimization. And then Monday morning, I go look at the vote, and all of a sudden the vote has switched back, and now shopping ads was in the lead. So I promise you, I didn't do this on purpose, but I literally saw too late that the votes were in. Well, basically, the votes for shopping ads got majority vote. So I apologize for that. For any of you who are disappointed, we will do shopping ads properly on the next live stream. I can't tell you exactly when the next live stream is going to be, but we will definitely do it. All right. So Philip over here says, I liked your landing page movie preview comparison. Yeah. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that, Philip. And yeah, that's something I think a lot of people just don't get. They don't get that your landing page is supposed to be juicy. And I mean, how would you if it was your first landing page? I didn't know this when I built my first landing page. You know, I think I had 23 failed digital products before I launched one successful digital product. And while I was doing this, I was just building landing pages. I built landing pages. I saw they got low engagement, and I rebuilt one, and I built one for a different product. And only through doing this for probably 2 years did we start figuring out the stuff. So you're not supposed to know this stuff, but as you keep on building pages for your products or your offers, you'll start noticing it as well. So MCX says, I love the roasting of my landing page. Yeah, definitely. MCX, you got a roasting, but you also got a lot of value for money today, because I think you I think you got 2 consultants for the price of one. So yeah, you got an ex Google Ads employee, and you also got a Google certified digital marketer, both looking at your page and picking it apart. So yeah, thank us later. Guys, also, if you want to, there are super chats and super thanks. If you want to just say thank you for the knowledge that you received today. And also, let me think. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take a short break. I'm going to literally give you guys like 7 more minutes to ask me anything, and then I'm going to be out. But I'm just going to talk a little bit about our sponsors for today. Let's see if we can get them up here. Yeah. So this video was brought to you, and this live stream was brought to you by Profitable PPC. For those of you who don't know, Profitable PPC is my Google Ads course, and my Google Ads course is got 15 hours of step-by-step learning. So if you're brand new to Google Ads and you feel like your Google Ads are burning your money, but you don't know what to do about it, check out Profitable PPC. It is a super cool Google Ads course. What makes it different is it's got monthly coaching calls with me every single month. We talk like this. You can show me your ads data. It's actually more in depth because you get to share your ads dashboard, and we get to look at the data together. So it's got group coaching calls What it also has got is it's got content updates. So we're continuously updating the course. And last but not least, you also get a private community where you can ask me anything at any time. Like you see MCX asked me about his landing page. Um, you can literally do that, and you can literally share your landing page and get feedback in the private community, not even on a live call. So yeah, that's the first thing I want to talk to you about. The second one is lead pages. There's a link for lead pages down below. We've talked about them a lot on this live stream, but if you want a landing page that is good, built on fundamentals, definitely check out lead pages. They will give you a good place to start, especially if you're building landing pages for your business and you're brand new to this whole web design thing and you don't have the time to figure it all out. Ukpal, I think you asked the question, you left the live stream, and then you maybe copy pasted this question. So Umair, I'm going to ask you, sorry, Umair, sorry about that. Umair, I'm going to ask you, I need a little bit more clarity. What is the online store about? What products do you sell? And what sort of niche are you in, and what clients have you had? You can also share the links for the online store as well if you want, but I need this information because if you have a budget of 20 per day, I don't know if it's dollars, if it's rupees, if it's South African rand, but if you have a budget of $20 per day, I need to understand, because for some e-commerce stores, $20 per day is fine. For other e-commerce stores, like for example, if you're in a very competitive place, you're selling, I don't know, motorbikes or car parts or something, it might be too little. So I'm going to need a little bit more information. MCX also says, no worry, nobody knows everything, nor will I follow every advice of the course either. We all know something. And yeah, I feel like the same way. What I look at is when I'm doing certain things, I kind of tend to follow some examples, but I won't take all the advice, but only the advice that I know is good, or only the advice that I know nothing about. I try and take that advice and I try and apply that advice. So if MCX says that he can track anything on any page, for example, well, hit MCX up if you want any conversion tracking. Maybe it's something he still does. But yeah, definitely. So we all know something and we're all learning. And I think that's what makes entrepreneurship fun. It's not like a job where you just go in and you know everything and it's just so boring because you've got it all figured out. So Umair, we are waiting on you. You are probably going to be the last question that I take for this live stream. It's been going on for 2 hours and 21 minutes. It's been a lot of fun. We've had a lot of questions. We've looked at different websites. And yeah, I can tell you what I've learned from you guys today is I've learned that if you have any product or if you have any service, it's not a straight line. Every product needs a different marketing approach. Software as a service, different marketing approach. Jeans that you wear, different marketing approach. If you have a car, different marketing approach. So what I've learned from you guys, and you guys asking me all of these questions, is I can put up Google Ads and I can do a Google Ads live stream, but maybe I need to be more specific. So let me know about that. Maybe I should put like Google Ads for real estate and then maybe do a live stream on that, because what I'm learning is, man, we're getting so many questions coming from so many different types of people. So yeah, I really enjoy this live stream. Umair, we're just waiting on you. We're waiting on you with that question. You're probably typing away right now. And yeah, but thank you so much for being here. And obviously, guys, if you want to go, I'm not going to hold you back. I want to finish up here. I've got 5 more minutes, but now is your chance. Ask me anything you want to ask. Ask me anything you're wondering about with your Google Ads. I mean, don't be shy. You are watching. You might as well ask. And Umair said that he will send me the link privately. All right, cool. Umair, let me see. Okay. Umair, do you want me to show this on the live stream, or do you want me just to have a look on LinkedIn and just give you my thoughts without sharing the page with the audience? Just let me know, because I don't know, maybe you're dealing with a client and you don't want the client to know. It's fine. I can keep it private if you want me to keep it private. It's my absolute pleasure, MCX. Thank you for making the stream so dope. You make it fun. You really do. You, Philip, Chuki when he's here, Family Clubs Daily. You guys all make it so much fun. Thomas is always here as well. Yeah, so I really enjoy having you guys here as well because you make it super fun as well. So, any other questions about your Google Ads? Ask them while you still have me. I'm gone in about a few minutes. And also, by the way, last chance you guys are going to get. The price of my Google Ads course is going up. It's going up to $3,000. If you want in at $750, do it now. Do not delay. Even if you've never seen my course before and you just want to check it out, I'm going to put a link down below. Go and check it out and see if it's something that you're interested in. Because as soon as I'm jumping off this live stream, I am going to go and change the prices. So, final warning. I know I've been sending out emails about this, but this is my final warning. All right, so I'm on LinkedIn. Umir, I do not see any messages from you yet. Let's see. Nope, I don't see any messages from you. But anyway, yeah. So let me summarize what we've talked about in this episode. For those of you who are maybe just joining and you guys wondering what this is about. Whenever you're looking to get conversions on your Google Ads, the most important things that you want to look at is your ads, your settings, your landing page, and you want to also look at, this is what I would say is the basis of everything. You want to look at your messaging. If your messaging is bad, then you are going to attract a bad quality of client. You are going to not get as much conversions as you want, and you are not going to come across clearly. The point of messaging, we can make a whole separate video. You can research, just go marketing and messaging, right? There's a beautiful book actually that I want to show you guys. This one over here. It's called Zag by Marty Newmeyer. I want all of you guys, this is your homework. I want all of you guys to go and check out this book, because this book is going to help you understand exactly how to stand out in the marketplace, how to stand out versus your competitors. There's another book as well by, I think it's called April Dunn. I think her name is April Dunford, and the book is called Obviously Awesome. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to find the book. I'm just going to share my screen so that you guys can see what it looks like. Obviously Awesome. Let's see if I can just get an image of the book. Okay, this is what the book looks like, and the book is super cool. Okay, so I'm just going to share my screen over here. It's this one over here. Obviously Awesome by April Dunford. You guys have to get that book. It'll show you how to package your offer in the right way so your ideal client can understand it. Super cool book. I'm going to start reading that again. Thomas says, I'll ask about the landing page next time, but I have a wealth of information to go through at the moment. Thank you so much for the stream, Devin. It's my absolute pleasure, Thomas. Sign up for that course if you're interested in. I know we can help you better. I know we've helped you a lot. You sign up for that Google Ads course of mine. I promise you, we're going to help you even better. You're going to be blown away by what's in that course. All right. Umair, do you want me to make this public, or do you want me to leave this private? Can I show it on the stream, or would you rather just have me tell you what's wrong? Let me know. Please check your LinkedIn. Okay, Umair, we're just waiting on you. I'm just going to check Facebook, see if there's any comments there. Check Instagram, see if there's any comments here. Okay, nope, nothing there. Private. Okay, so Umair would like to keep it private, and I'm putting his post up there so that you can see he wants to keep it private. Okay, so Umair, because we can't see the page, I'm not going to go through this very long. I'm going to tell you 3 things. No, I'm going to tell you 10 things that are wrong with this page. First thing, it says your logo, it's very bad because it's this small. Shows you're not really proud of what you're doing. Okay. And we're just getting started. The second thing, you're selling me a hair remover, but you're also selling me a wireless charger speaker, but you're also selling me a water bottle, but you're also selling me a pitcher bottle. All of these things are unrelated. So what happens is, let's say I want to buy your hair remover. I'm clicking on your ad, I go to the hair remover. When I go to the hair remover, I see that you're selling other things and I'm not interested in it because you need to have a store around one theme. You can't have an online shop that is around so many different things. It works in real life because if somebody walks into your real life shop, there's plenty of shops. They sell cell phone chargers, cell phone covers, they sell maybe Bluetooth speakers and stuff. Online, it works a little bit differently, whereby things have to be related. If you go into a jewelry shop, you want to buy jewelry, and all of a sudden you see that jewelry shop sells cameras as well, you're not going to buy anything, right? So that's problem, I think problem number 2 or problem number 3. Also, there's no reviews on this page. If nobody has bought from you before, how will I know that my money is safe? Probably not. So I'm not going to buy from you. And let's see over here. Back to, okay, I want to go to your home page over here. Yeah, your home page doesn't even have wording on it. There's no wording on your home page. This is a very bad idea to run Google Ads. You should not run Google Ads. You are not going to sell anything. You are not going to make any money. I'm going to be as blunt as possible. You are not going to make money with this online store because I'm even getting 404 errors. The website is still kind of broken. So you got to fix the website. This is, you know what website this looks like? It's like if somebody just wants to start an online store, they put a couple of products on, they for 2 days, they just put products on the store, they put Google Ads and they hope it's going to sell. This is the vibe that I'm getting. It doesn't work that way, especially not in 2024. Your competition is much more prepared than you are. Therefore, your competition is going to make a lot more money than you are. So even if you spend $500 per day on Google Ads, do not expect sales on this website. And now I wish I could show this website, but I can't. But don't expect sales on this website because it ain't going to happen, my friend. It just ain't going to happen. Another thing, if I go to your About Us section, we believe that everyone should have access to high quality, sustainable products that align with their values. Okay, high quality, sustainable products. Okay, I'm going to your Google ad right now. Oh, sorry, I'm going to your store right now. Your website is literally broken. When I click on the shop now button, I can't get anywhere. This website is not going to work. So high quality, sustainable products. Let's stay on that. There's nothing about this hair remover that says it's sustainable. Number 1. Okay. Second product on your online store. There is, I don't know why it's showing balloons. Second product on your online store. There's nothing about this charger speaker that says it's sustainable. You've broken your own About Us section rules that you said about yourself. No, just please, Umair, no. This is not it. I expect a lot more if you're going to run Google Ads. This is not good enough to run Google Ads. And I'm not going to put anybody else through this because they're probably wondering what's wrong with the page and they can't see the page. So I'm not going to do that to people watching this live stream. Umair, what I suggest you do is you need to start from scratch, find a good store first, and then run ads for the store. The store's not going to cut it if it's not your own store. If it is your own store, start from scratch because this is not it. All right, my friends, I will be taking one last question before I get out of here. So I want to say first and foremost, thank you to everybody who joined the live stream. It was fun. We've been going for 2 hours and 33 minutes. I've answered most questions about Google Ads. So I'm going to be taking one last question. If there's no question, because it's been like 2.5 hours, I am going to go and I am going to close up my office and I'm going to say I'm done for the day. So thank you to everybody who came. Thank you to Thomas Lambert. Thank you so much to MCX. Thank you so much to Umir for giving me the page so that I can go through it. Thank you so much for your questions, everybody. Thank you so much, Philip. If you have any questions, let me know down below. If not, I'm going to close this out. Like I said before, check out our Google Ads courses. Check out Pam's workshop. It's linked down below, and it is a free workshop. Also, check out our, what else did I forget? Also, check out our affiliate lead pages as well. So Umir over here says, thanks. All right, guys. Yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you so much to each and every single one of you for coming on this live stream. A lot of people from South Africa here today, so that's cool. We're gonna do something different with the next live stream. We're gonna do shopping ads. We're gonna give that a go. I'm gonna be looking at your e-commerce stores. But yeah, it's been fun. I really enjoyed it. And I enjoyed all of you as well. So this is my final goodbye. I know I've said goodbye like 10,000 times, but I'm really going to go this time. And thank you so much. My voice is gone. Thank you so much, all of you. I love all of you, and I will see each and every single one of you next time. Also, if you're watching the replay of this live stream, you can just ask us a question down below in the chat, and we will be so happy to answer you. Thank you so much for everything. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.